Friendlies. Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the 13th of May episode of this amazing little space I have helped create on the interwebs for those who love talking about my interests. So, 13th of May, let me kick my shoes off here. So what 13th of May means is that Chris the Peanut Trucker has just had his birthday, and I'm having mine on the 21st. I have dropped many hints that I'd like a tiny drone or an iPad Air for my birthday, but to not, I haven't actually. I'm just being a brat. I'm going to be 53. Like at that age, I don't ask for stuff. I'd rather not even have a special supper, you know? But anyway, welcome to the Bevies, Blades, and Bushcraft live stream, where we have some bevies of varying sorts. We've got some blades and blades. Thank you, David Evans. And blades. And tonight we will, in fact, talk about something bushcraft related. In fact, we're talking about camp cooking. I have some books sitting here next to me. Excuse me. And I have some other books sitting right there. And I had some thoughts about camp cooking and books, like outdoorsy books. And so I started pulling out a bunch of the books I have after running down here, after putting the Squeaklet to bed. Because, no, let me do the usual housekeeping first. Speaking of housekeeping, that's the part where I say, if at any point tonight you absolutely adore what's going on, I invite you to... I started that backwards. If you're watching us time shifted to tomorrow or next week or next year or next month, thanks for that. I love knowing that you're hanging out with me after the fact. I love knowing that you're leaving comments and stuff, even if you can't participate in this chat right here. And I just love knowing you're out there enjoying the content. I like doing this, but I love not doing it into the abyss. I mean, I scream into the abyss on the semi-regular. I'm glad I'm not doing it with my channel as well. If at any point tonight you absolutely love what's happening, like me tripping over my words, then I invite you to reward me with a smiley thumb. If at any point tonight you really don't like what's going on, in fact, Jesse, get your shite together. Moving right along, that's okay. The frowny thumb works just as well. And if you'd like to take a more active role in keeping me monetized, keeping that light on, maybe getting a better light at some point so it's not wrapped in stuff. I wonder, hold on. Then I invite you to investigate the join button right there. And there you will see the 2 tiers of membership that are open to, as well as what each tier gets you. I wonder if I can connect it to Jesse's. Show on screen. So that's how I'm keeping the glare off. Okay, that's how I'm doing it. So just to tell you that it's a high-tech outfit here. Little lamp. I mean, it's a video lamp, and it's already got a diffuser on it, but it's a little too bright. I think I have it a little too close or something. But anyways, whatevs. So yeah, there's a little behind the scenes, a little cinema verite. So before I get on to what I was going to say about all these books, all these little books, I've still got more books over here. Where are the other books? Come on, books. Darn, burn it. Oh yeah, there's one. I've got a crap ton of books. I'll reach for one if I want to talk about it. let me just scroll on up, see who's kicking back with me and with you guys tonight. Who do we have? You know what? I'm going to take a sip of tea because I haven't taken a sip of tea yet during this live stream, and it just ain't a Jesse live stream without a. Tea is a good drink. Now I feel like I can face the online world. So, Country Boy Trapped in the City was in first, it looks like, at 8:54, which is like when I made the when I put up the notice or whatever. It's Use Day. I think that might have been a typo. Oh yeah, that was a typo. Love it. I think I've told you guys that at work and the previous places I've worked and everything, I was told that my typos are the stuff of legend. So I massively appreciate you for that, Mister Canadian popping in. When we get to the discussion about the camp cooking, I don't want this to be a total monologue. I want to see people, pop in their favorite recipes or tips and tricks and stuff in the side chat so that we can share our knowledge with each other. Mr. Peanut Trucker, very recently, Mr. Birthday Boy, looked like you had a fine day kicking back at a winery. Country Boy missed it yesterday. Oh, Country Boy, I said hi, happy birthday for both of us then. Okay. All right. We got Grace in the house. How you doing, Grace? Oh, I'm not keeping track. Oh, I haven't even. What? Jeez, Jess, I am not organized. Absolutely non-pro on this night of nights. Okay, because I didn't even open the YouTube page, so I'm not saying so and so is a channel hero, so and so is a channel mod. I got to get my shift together here, people. Oh, and I have an ad rolling. Is anyone having an ad rolling? So, as you guys know, Country Boy is a channel mod and a channel hero. As you know, Peanut Trucker, Mr. Chris, Mr. Birthday Boy, is a channel mod. So be nice, or be ground into the pavement. Marcus in the house saying hi. Marcus is a channel hero. There it is. There it is. Grace saying hi. It's all just the Peanut Trucker, Marcus, Grace, and Country Boy show right now. Country Boy is asking. Let me just sort of scroll down. Hold on, let me scroll down because Oh, for land's sakes, child. There we go. Peanut Trucker, when do you head back out? I think, didn't you have like a week or two off? Hey, we got Mr. David. David, who I did say thank you for this knife in the intro, the whole intro thing there. David is a channel mod and a channel hero, so thanks on all kinds of levels. Warm in the cockles of my heart. I'm sorry, my sinuses are just going crazy tonight. And I'm unmedicated now, so I don't know what's going the hell on. Everyone just saying hi. We got Christy in the house. Christy, who I was just discussing tonight's supper recipe with on the Discord. Christy is a channel hero. How you doing? Everyone just saying hi, so I'm going to skippy. Unless I skip past someone who I should say hi to. Oh, nice. Chris is hands deep in pulling pork from a Boston butt. I've been smoking all day. I am dying for a smoker. I tell you what. Like, look, I've come to the conclusion that I'm not going to be able to afford the Kamado Joe. That's like the sort of a red clone of the big green egg for like half the price, but still so expensive. Like, I don't think I'm going to ever have the money for that. So, like, maybe I'll just bite the bullet and get one of those. They look like tiny fridges. The sort of, what do they burn? Pellets? I think, are they like propane or electric? Because I would love to be smoking some food. I've told you guys about the the smokehouse where when I used to go hunting, we would get our pork jerky. The madame is home and washing her lunch dishes. Um, and I would love to, smoke some jerky, some pork jerky, some beef jerky, some chicken jerky, some turkey jerky, some. I'd even do some damn smoked fish. You guys hearing that? Um, but yeah, I that Kamado Joe thing is Kamado Joe available like everywhere, or is that like a Canadian clone? Because I think is Kamado Joe available at Reno Depot, or is that at whatever the orange store is called? Anyways, I tell you, the day that I sat with a friend of ours and did a 10-hour brisket was fabulous. You use like a few little. I mean, you got to use some good quality charcoal, right? But a couple of cubes, bricks, chunks. I knew I could get it if I just kept on trying. Just a few chunks at a time, because you have that much temperature control. I'm not used to having that much temperature control because I don't use a gas grill or anything, right? Charcoal barbecue. So I don't get quite the same degree. And with those, you can, even though you're burning charcoal. It's fabulous. Will there be a reading? Well, it's not going to be a reading as such. I figured I would go through these books that I have and find some recipes that I've always found kind of compelling and share those. I mean, I can do a reading if you want. Hold on. Let me find something. Be the Camp Biologist. Oh, Be the Camp Biologist. Okay, hold on. This is from the Field and Stream, the Total Outdoorsman Manual. Books like this, I'm a little jaded about. I got to be honest with you. I mean, they're great. So they're more like coffee table books than tomes of important knowledge. But anyways, Be the Camp Biologist. Every deer camp should have a jaw puller to use to estimate the age of deer, if for no other reason than to have something else to talk about. 2 tools are required: a pair of long-handled pruning shears and an inexpensive jaw extractor. This is a lot more disgusting than I thought I was going to go, so never mind. I'm looking for something not hunting or fishing related. Maybe we'll skip the reading for tonight. Oh my god, so many people are dinging me. Except that one of those is Mr. Trucker sending me photos. And I shall now share those photos. Okay. Now, I can just share my screen on the screen, but then I can't block your name. So I'm going to do it the old way. So how big is that? Did you say what the weight on that was? Hike with Mike popping in. How you doing, Mr. Mike? He said before taking a sip of his tea. Country Boy says my B-Day present will be there by the end of day tomorrow. Well, that is just fabulous. This is a rough week for. This is not a good week for me. I don't really want to talk about it online right now, but this has not been a good week. Marcus is asking David if he got his grass cut. I tell you something. I got to cut my grass, but it's now too long for my little. What are they called? Is that a spool roller? No. What are those mowers called? Real mower? Imaginary mower. It's like it's a helix. It's a blade of a helix and goes. Right? There's no motor on it. Like you're the motor, whatever it's called. But they're great unless your grass is like this long. And my grass is like this long. Country Boy is showing his appreciation for the pulled pork. I think I would as well. Russell is here. He says, Good evening, everyone. I hope you're okay. I love it. Yeah, Christy. You hope we are what? Full sentences, please. That the reason that's funny is because very often in Russell's live streams, by the time he sees a comment, he's not always necessarily sure of what. Which, by the way, is the same for me, right? But I mean, he'll often say, "Listen, man, you got to use a whole sentence if you want me to know what you're talking about," which is totally legit. And so it's just funny um, to see that happen the other way around. I'm getting comfy here, peeps. Country Boy says the shine off my melon ain't that bad. Well, I mean that's because I've got parchment paper on my little light, right? Russell lost interest halfway through his sentence. Fair enough. That works. Russell says, "What kind of cabins are we doing? Drunk cabins?" I don't remember. All I remember is that you and Christy decided that we were doing. Sorry. What the hell? Okay. I thought maybe I had a scab there. No, but it's just some seasoning from the chicken I made tonight. You and Christy decided we were doing cabins this week. So I guess it's gonna be. Is it gonna be AI cabins or is it going to be a cabin tour like we used to do? Somebody tell me. Yeah. Okay. So Canadian. I live in the largest borough in Montreal in terms of population and size. I mean, it's not super urban. I don't live downtown. I'm sort of in that endless zone between downtown and the suburbs, right? So it's mostly residential, some stores, some, you know. But I am fighting with a raccoon or a family of raccoons. It's not my recycling bin they're going after; it's my compost. I think, in fact, last week I heard a raccoon going after my compost while I was online with you peeps. I was like, I wish I could just go and kick it. But yeah, so I understand completely. Destiny in the house. How you doing, Destiny? Saying happy belated birthday to the legend. Wishing you a year filled with fun, safe travels, and everything you've ever wished for. I do not believe my birthday is even near Tuesday this year. Is it? Is it? Everyone just started saying hi. Susie Q popping in. You sound well today. Thank you. My sinuses don't agree with you, but I'm not actually sick. I think it's just dust. I've been cleaning up this basement a little bit, as you can not tell at all. Still piles of kids' puzzles and toys there. But you know, I'm at that phase where it doesn't look like we've done anything because all you've really done is create piles. Whatever. Moving on. But I'm in a good mood because we're kicking back together. I'm hanging with my peeps. We're gonna talk about some food. Christy had an ad. Okay. Marcus is giving an update on his poor sick dog, hitherto sick dog. I'm glad to know that she's back in business, back to running around and being a happy dog. So are we? I'm just scrolling to see if I've caught up with everything here. I'm not missing. Destiny says, "Talk loud. I got to get a tea." Okay, everybody yell. Christy says to Destiny, he'll be back before he sees that. Oh yeah, I'm still 10 minutes behind. Okay, I'm going to. What? The numbers are rather low. Everybody. Yeah. Sorry. God, why do I say things? Everybody, please slap that thumbs up. Slap it, or the thumbs down. it all counts as interaction, as engagement. Um, Steve popping in. How you doing, Mr. Steve? 8 pound butt. So what the hell's an 8 pounds? What's an 8 pounds? What's that in kilos? Can someone do the math for me? That sounds big though. That sounds large. Um, Chrissy says it looks like 4 or 5 pounds. It might be after having smoked all day, right? I mean, I don't know. Like I feel that meat always shrinks when I'm cooking it up. Hey, good. Mike says our drought in Florida finally ended. So happy for the rains to return. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. A real mower, yes, a real mower, or is it? Yeah, push mower. My dad calls it a push mower. Thanks, guys. Uh, Russell doesn't have any real cabins on him. Well, you got one. Yeah, urban sprawl. Like this area was all built post-war, right? Like the late 40s. This house was built in 1951, so it's before the real urban sprawl. Like it's before everything was. I don't know how many of you guys have seen a picture of like Canmore, Alberta. That's what I think of when I see urban sprawl or suburban sprawl. It's horrifying to see, like, and I'm not singling out Canmore or Alberta because it's not just there, but that popped into my head um because I go to Alberta every year, and whenever we were going through Canmore, I'm like, this is the biggest suburb I have ever seen. And it's so obvious there because flat. I mean, you hit the horizon and it's mountains, but flat. So you just see these houses like, you know. Okay, we're fine. We're getting into my favorite camp meal, says Country Boy, is ribs cooked over hickory coals. Second favorite is roast chicken on a hand turned spit over the fire. So, um, I made chicken. I made a chicken tonight. I did it in the oven on a ridge bottomed cast iron poêle pan, uh, lodge, if anyone cares. Um, I've never done anything as small as a chicken on a spit. We used to do like a méchoui every year, and my uh, father-in-law esque, he built a big spit with a motor on it and a chain drive. And I remember the very first year that I was with the missus, or the very first year that I met her family. I went to this méchoui, and they had a boar on this spit, slowly rotating. And like, so to me, most of my experience with a spit has been in that kind of context with the boar, or like, a hind of a deer or something slowly going all day. Um, there are so many camp cooking things I want to do. I used to do bannock, not the fry bread style, but I would get a stick, take the bark off, the outer bark. Would I take the inner bark off too? I don't know, just getting down to below where all the bacteria and crap are. And I would roll my bannock into like a long whatever cigar shape, or a long snake shape, or just a long, and then I would wrap it and then hold it over a fire. That's good memories, man. Um, but yeah, I would love to roast a chicken on a hand spit. I don't like, when you've got a barbecue with a rotisserie attachment, right? It's like that square cross section rod with a couple of fork things that you can just bonk onto whatever you're going to be. Um, like, how would you make something like that in a bushcraft style? I have an idea. So you got a stick, and then like I don't know how you would keep these from rotating, because the whole thing is, right, if the weight of the chicken might keep it from rotating. How would you do it, country boy? How'd you do it, country boy? Hey, but Mike says, get a lock for the compost bin. Right now, I have a large chunk of wood on top of it, of seasoned, like a seasoned chunk of log. Christy says unto Russell that we could do AI cabins again. That was fun. Marcus is saying more thumbs up, people. Maybe I'm just not bringing it tonight. Hold on, let me reload the YouTube page, because right now it's showing one, but that's because it doesn't automatically update, because bunch of jerks. Okay, so we got how many people watching? 12 watching, and 11 thumbs up. Okay, that's fine. It's that doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm not angry at that. I ain't angry at that. I'm just disappointed. Just kidding. I know what you're doing there. Books fast back. All right. That's very funny, Christy. I like that. About 3 kilograms. So an 8-pound chunk of meat is about 3 kilograms. That's a big ass hunk of meat. That's a big old hunk of meat. I mean, it looks delish. Look delish. Russell says my meat shrinks when it's cold. We're talking about like when I put it in the freezer. Maybe closer to 3.5 kilos. It's still, that's more than a sandwich. That's for damn sure. David says that I have not seen urban sprawl until I've come to the GTA. That's very possible as well. Toronto's done some cool stuff, like with the green belt and those. I mean, they didn't do this, but the ravines and stuff. So it's not like there's some cool stuff happening there. Although I think Mr. Not going to say it. Marcus says that both his dogs do a lot of puking. It's apparently a shepherd thing. They like to eat grass. I have heard the same thing. Yeah. Destiny says, we bought a while back in our home province. Steep learning curve. Still looking for the off-grid land in Ontario. Yeah, I think he was asking you if you'd gotten your So are you still looking for some land, Destiny, or are you passively looking or actively looking? It seems that you you come across some nice stuff every now and again, but I kind of feel that you're kind of burning to buy, which I understand. No, I do not want to do AI camp cooking. Destiny says our pug ate a whole bag of bridge mix chocolates. Lord, that was a night of just laying down towels for her in the bathroom. She was fine by morning, albeit a bit rotund. That's good, because chocolate and dogs do not mix. I mean, I guess you could dip chunks of dog, and then moving right along. So the reason I picked this book out is because I don't remember if there's actually like a recipes section, but it feels to me that every outdoorsy book has a recipes section. And I understand why. I mean, you can't have a sort of compendium of outdoors knowledge without something about food. Because at the end of the day, what do we like to do at the end of the day? When we're kicking back at the fire, we've been working all day. Man likes to eat. Well, woman likes to eat. An outdoorsy person likes to eat. All people like to eat. Everyone likes to eat. Was that all inclusive enough? But I think this book is letting me down. I don't see recipes in it. That's weird. I mean, there's like how to make a stove, how to make a coffee cup out of a tin can, like a bean can. But I don't see actual eat roadkill. Okay. Be a backcountry dentist. I don't see. Drink your own urine. What? I didn't know that was in this book. Essential gear. Because you can't have enough gear talk, right? Camping. Season a Dutch oven. Crap like a cat. This is not. Okay, so this book is not The Total Outdoorsman because it doesn't tell you about camp cooking. This one's not going to let us down. Camping with kids because, of course. The Down and Dirty Guide to Camping with Kids. Planning your trip, gearing up, cookware, in the field, campsite, Camp Grub. Okay, chapter 4, page 87. You know what's weird? I saw page 87 and immediately thought, is that Fahrenheit or Celsius? Like, what? Camp Grub. So, says plan the menu well so that you'll whatever. But packing food light and tight, the camp cooler, the perishables, camp recipes. Starts with, I hesitate to overstress the monumental importance of the camp dinner, but I swear my engagement to my husband was nearly called off over a backwoods meal gone awry. We were backpacking in the Adirondacks, and our grand plan was to summit Mount Marcy, New York's highest peak. The weekend prior, Jeff had fallen to one knee and popped a question over a gourmet picnic in the woods of New Jersey. Yeah, but the recipes. Lunch. This isn't recipes, but listen to their lunch. It's a movable feast, okay? Ingredients: summer sausage, hard cheeses, crackers, pretzels, apples, dried fruit, beef jerky, fruit and nut bars. Oh, there's a recipe on page 103. Okay. Granola bars. There's a recipe on page 103. Gorp. There's a recipe on page 102. And a dark chocolate bar. I love me some summer sausage, people. I never knew what that was until fairly recently. Like, I never heard of that term. I wonder if that's an American term. I'm probably wrong about that, though, because I live in French Canada. There's a lot of terms that I have never heard before. Also, is it a Quebec English thing to call what I guess Americans call cattails, calling those bulrushes? Because I've always grown up calling that a bulrush. But I keep seeing cattails. And I can kind of see why, but they look more like sausage, furry sausages than cattails. Peanut Chucker's wife, Jennifer, how you doing tonight? Christy likes breakfast Sammys with egg, cheese, and bacon on an English muffin. And chorizo with potatoes and eggs and tortillas are your favorite breakfast while camping. I would love either of those. Especially, I do love me some chorizo. So yeah, I love me some summer sausage. I like hard cheeses. All that goes well with crackers. Pretzels are a good lower calorie option to chips. A little less grease. Still beautifully salty and crunchy. Oh, but I love me a street food pretzel, like with the rock salt on it, and a little bit of that silly yellow mustard that I almost never eat, except in that kind of context. Hell yeah, that's a hallelujah. Oop. I do not hear the bells of demonetization, so we shall move right along. But that sounds like a pretty good lunch, right? I mean, I think it's more than just lunch. I think it's lunch and as you're hiking, like your afternoon, because Summer sausage, hard cheeses, crackers, pretzels, apples, and dried fruit. I could see that almost as an outdoorsy charcuterie board, right? Beef jerky, you'd keep that like in your pocket, ready to go. Might prefer a little pemmican, to be straight with you, but I do like me some jerky. Then fruit and nut bars, that's, you keep that in your pocket. Granola bar. And then, of course, Gorp, you just constantly burp, burp. And a dark chocolate bar. So a dark chocolate bar, I think you keep for, you don't just pop that down because, oh, it's dessert time. That's something you're partway through a hike and you are just done, or you get lost or something. It's a little pick me up. There's a recipe here for better than sliced bread sandwiches. Here's the thing. There are multiple ways to view your outdoorsy food. One is you bring freeze dried meals in bags, right? You buy the Mountain House or whatever. In which case, pick whatever sounds good to you and pack it. Weighs much less than fresh food. It still takes up room, right? If you're packing for 5 days, you still need a bunch of these. I keep sort of, and then there's you got a cooler, you got a bunch of steaks, you got eggs, you got bacon. If I'm going for like 5 days, I don't want it all to be perishables because it's always going to perish, right? I would love to start off a 5-day adventure with a big honkin' steak over the coals, right? The next morning, start off right, some eggs, some bacon, maybe toast, or maybe oatmeal. Probably more oatmeal, which is not the way I have ever called porridge. So I don't know why I said oatmeal just there, but it's because I read it in the book. But for the rest of the time, I want it to be dehydrated or whatever, because I don't want to run the risk of my food going off on me, because that will end my trip. And I don't want to carry that much. Like in the same way, I don't want to carry a barrel of water on my back. I want to bring water, water purification tech, or pills or whatever. But yeah, Christy, I would love to start my first day in the forest with a breakfast Sammy like that, with potatoes and eggs, a little huevos rancheros maybe. Yeah. Everyone's saying hi to Jennifer. So Country Boy says, with regards to the hand turn spit, I just drilled a hole through it and used a skewer through the bird and spit and tied it up. Took some learning, but I figured it out. Okay. Another thing I would love to try is, I saw this in a Ray Mears video, but I was kind of aware of it because I saw it done when I was a kid, but where you cut open a fish and you sort of splay it, like you make this contraption out of wood to hold the fish kind of flat, and then you cook it over the fire. Obviously, I can't do it with a salmon the way Ray Mears did it in Sweden, or a trout or whatever, because I don't want to die in the forest. But like I could do it with a whitefish, right? But either way, like I would try it with a salmon if like my missus was there and I was feeding her something. I just want to try cooking that way. It looks so cool to me. I just want to know what it's like to successfully cook a fish splayed out like that. I don't remember what the hell it's called, but I know, Lars Felt sort of paddles across this lake to Ray Mears and brings him a salmon. and says, you can have it if you show me the way the natives, the North American natives cook it. And so Ray Mears is like, that's a cheeky way to ask me to cook you lunch. But they did. That's the way they did it. And I've always wanted to try to cook a fish that way. A white fish because I can eat it, and I think it would pick up a nice smoky note off the fire. The salmon would as well, of course. But again, let's not die in the woods. Sorry about the yawning, people. Just search. Christy loves to make fish tacos. We make fish tacos in the house fairly often. I feel that it would be a big job out in the woods, though. If you catch the fish, fry it up in a crispy batter with the cilantro cream slaw. Sounds delish. Delish. Christy says, we only make breakfast and supper, but midday we do a cheese, fruit, and sausage platter. Summer sausage is our favorite. Yeah, that sounds terrific to me. And it's funny because technically, I was always taught that breakfast should be your biggest meal, and then lunch should be fairly substantial, and then supper should be pretty light because you're working those calories off less than you do for breakfast or lunch. But I still love the I'm sorry, guys. I really am. I love how good it is for the soul to sit back after a long day of paddling or chopping wood or hiking. You got the fire going and you're tucking into like a fabulous meal. I'm getting all like reminiscent now. But yeah, love it. Demonized. No, demonetized. Demonized. That hasn't happened to me before. Russell's repeating my my poorly chosen words. Oh, Peanut Truck are going camping this weekend, and they do the same. I think a lot of people do the same because you tend to be kind of on the go in the middle part of the day, right? You're either paddling or you're hiking or you're chopping wood, doing your camp chores, keeping the place from falling apart. You know what I'm saying? Dancing a duet. I just did a video on this whiskey on my other channel. I just have to edit it together. Christy says, we're in a travel trailer, and for dinners, I prep and we'll make spaghetti sauce ahead and freeze it. Just have to warm it up. And we'll also make chili ahead and then just have to warm it. I would love to make chili. Ah, man, I'm dying to make a stew lately. But the thing is, my family doesn't, I wanted to make jambalaya this week. Payday is on the 15th. Maybe I'll make jambalaya the day after that. I have a video up. I have a jambalaya video up on my channel that I made for work, for a work project. And I don't know if it's unlisted or not. I might have it unlisted because it's not my usual content, but I want to make that dish again. Is that video unlisted? I'll check it later. Jambalaya. I totally blew the spelling of jambalaya in the thumbnail. I should just redo the thumbnail. Destiny says Timmy's needs to hire Christy to revamp their breakfast menu. That breakfast Sammy would be a hit. I think it would. I don't know if it's spatchcocked. I thought spatchcock is when you debone and do that with a chicken or a turkey. David is telling Destiny to go to A&W for their breakfast sandwiches. I do that more often than I care to admit. Hey, Jim is heading home from work. I'm glad you will be home soon. Is it a long drive for you or a short one tonight, Jim? I hope it's a short one. It's good to be home after a long night at work. Everyone's saying hi. Demonized. Destiny's like, I'll get the holy water. Be right back. Christy says Steve loves jambalaya. I do too. I quite like it. I've only ever made it once, but I loved it. I loved it so much that I've been wanting to make it again. But it takes a long time. It sure does take a long time now. Let me just go to my channel content to see if that video is jambalaya. 6th December 2021. So are we? Oh no, it's public. It's public. Short drive, half an hour, says Jim. Nice. Jambalaya. Country Boy says, my lady's mom makes a jambalaya that knocks my socks off. She won't tell me what kind of sausage she uses, but it's hot. It might be a... I don't remember what I used in mine. You could use a chorizo in that, for sure. For sure. I don't know if that's authentic, though. Like, I wonder what an authentic sausage choice for a jambalaya is. Grace says, I don't know, maybe spatchcock isn't technically correct. But I've heard cooking a fish like that called spatchcock by bushcrafters. So maybe that's what it's called. Maybe. I ain't here to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. It's 21:48. At 21:50, I shall pour my whiskey, even though I don't really have to, because it's been open forever. But I'll do it just for the formality. Andouille sausage. Okay, man. You know what? You just reminded me. Andouille ain't the same thing as an andouillette. I ordered an andouillette while I was in Paris, and massively hated it. But everything cost so many francs that I ate as much of it as I could. But I was like, this is horrifying. Andouillette was horrifying. Andouillette. Yeah, listen to this. I mean, look, sausage, you don't really want to know what's in sausage anyway, but this unfortunately kind of was obvious, like in terms of texture and everything. Andouillette is a French coarse-grained sausage made from the intestine of pork, pepper, wine, onions, and seasonings. Andouille and andouillette are similar, but unsmoked and smaller sausage is called andouillette, literally little andouille. Some andouille varieties use the entire pig's gastrointestinal system. It was just, and it tasted terrible. And it wasn't like ground up. It was like strips. Nope. I said, nope. I don't remember what sausage I used in my video. But I should definitely make that again. I think my family liked it. I didn't go too heavy on the spice because, I mean, I like spice, but I could easily kill my family by accident with the spice. Cody's getting pretty good with spice, but she doesn't love it as much as I do. I love spice because it makes me feel something, anything. 21:50. Isn't there a song called Jambalaya? It's funny because sometimes when I get a whiff of a certain something from an unpeated whiskey, maybe it's a vanilla note or something, I get these memories of when I was a kid, and the smell of whiskey off like my dad and uncle's, at the sitting down part of a party. Like they weren't drunk or anything. They were just having a glass of whiskey, but that smell. And this is not the kind of whiskey they were drinking. It was probably like, Canadian Club or something, right? But there's an element of it in here, and it's probably because that whiskey is so sweet, so caramelly, so vanilla-y. But yeah, something about the smell of whiskey sort of in the air, after someone's had one or something, that brings me back to those old days. Jim says Jimmy Buffett sings along about jambalaya. Yeah, sings a song about jambalaya. Yeah, that's who I'm thinking about. Christy says Cody does hot challenges. LOL. Yes, she does. She's a real trooper. She doesn't love allspice though. I don't know if she loves allspice. I like allspice in certain contexts. I wonder what allspice is. I'm gonna look that up because I thought that allspice was a blend of certain things, but it's not. It's a specific. Hold on a second. Country Boy says, I love spice because it makes... Oh, he's quoting me. Put it in the book, Destiny. Christy says, Gypsy Kings have a song, Bamboleo. I know that, but that's not what we're talking about. Allspice is a warm, flavorful spice derived from the dried, unripe berries of the Pimenta dioica tree, native to the West Indies and Central America. It's not a blend of spices, but rather a single spice with a unique flavor profile. So, see, I was totally wrong. And I'm admitting that in public, online. And everything you put online stays there forever. So I have now hung myself out to dry in the name of friendship with you people. Country Boy says he can't wait for me to try the sauces. I can't wait either. Where there is a Bannock recipe, going back to what I was saying before and trying to bring us back to the camp cooking, look at what I just got. This is Kevin Callan's latest book. He wrote a children's book. So I bought it for my youngest daughter, and I read her part of it last night, and she fell asleep, but she asked for the rest of it tonight. So cool. Whoops. And there's a Bannock recipe in here. So Bannock can be a savory thing or a sweet thing, and I will admit unto you, I will proudly proclaim, in fact, that I am a savory lover much more than a sweet lover. So, like, I'm not putting maple syrup on my Bannock. I'm not throwing craisins and stuff like that into my Bannock. I might put, like, some nuts. I've never done it. So, his basic Bannock recipe is as follows. Half cup of white flour, or 175 milliliters. Okay. A half cup, or 175 milliliters, of whole wheat flour. 3 tablespoons, or 30 milliliters, of powdered milk. Half a teaspoon, or 2 milliliters, of salt. 1 teaspoon, which is 5 milliliters, of baking powder. Combine all dry ingredients and add water slowly, stirring with a fork until dough is slightly sticky. Divide and shape into 3 to 4 patties. Then fry in an oiled frying pan over moderate heat until both sides are golden brown. Serve with jam or maple syrup. You can also add fruit like raspberries, blueberries, or crushed walnuts and pecans to the mix, not pecans. Pecans. I might do jam though. Like treat the Bannock as almost like a scone, and just throw a little jam on there. It was like a raspberry jam, or maybe some quince jelly. No, not quince jelly. This isn't 4 o'clock tea. We're not eating watercress sandwiches on the Bowling Green, Jess. This isn't 1800s London. We don't do quince jelly. What the hell? But yeah, like a nice raspberry jam or blueberry jam. I like that. Blackberry jam. Love the blackberry. They cost a mint though, so I haven't had a blackberry in a long time. Oh, black currant. Love me some black currant. My gateway to the black currant was actually black currant Halls, which is funny. I need to hit the woods and make some bannock. Christy says, allspice is good. I use it when I make manicotti. That is the secret ingredient. Okay, that sounds good. Christy is a savory more than a sweet. I would rather have appetizers than dessert. I think I would as well. I love a charcuterie board in a big way, especially if it's got a whole lot of different like salamis and stuff on there and some cheese. I might reach for the grapes, because they're good. But yeah, I love stuff like that. Love it. 21:57. I'm going to take a sip of the water. Water. Peanut trucker likes peanut butter for dessert. He's into the sweet. So I like peanut butter as well, but what we use here is that stuff that you have to mix. Like it's like nothing but peanut butter, nothing but peanuts in there. I hated peanut butter when when like my family was buying like the Skippy and stuff. It was like too sweet and salty at the same time. But I remember one summer back when my dad had like got me these jobs working on work sites, doing renos or building houses or whatever. He used to buy his peanut butter in bulk and just mix it up as soon as he got home and just put it in the fridge. Because once it cools down, it doesn't need to be mixed anymore. But I loved it because all it tasted like was peanuts. And I still, to this day, I discovered this stuff when I was like 12, 13. To this day, that's the way I want my peanut butter. 100% peanuts. Nothing else. Yeah, it's a drag to mix that when you first get it home and it gooshes over the side of the jar if you're not careful. I get it. Worth it. And then I put the jar in the fridge upside down. That tends to mitigate getting the dry bottom. Boom. Says country boy. Appy's over dessert every time. Yeah, man. Same here. Jim says there's no wind on the shores of Lake Huron and the fog is horrible. Well, get home safe. For land's sakes, do you have fog lights on your car? I absolutely insist on fog lights when I'm looking at a car now, ever since a very dangerous hunting season weekend. But oh God, I don't even know how many years ago now, but it was awful. Destiny, what kind of sauce did you get? I'm curious. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'll know this week. There ain't nothing here yet. It just took me back again. And I wonder, the smell of coffee really early in the morning does the same thing. It brings me back to that moment I've told you guys about before when I was like young, living in Manitoba, looking down a darkened hall and just seeing like the light from the open kitchen doorway. The lights are slanting across the kitchen, the hall floor and up the opposite wall, and the smell of coffee, sound of the CBC News. I think it was Zosky was on or something. I wonder sometimes if what scents SCENTS will have that effect on my kids. Like am I leaving my kids with anything indelible like that? Leaving, I mean my dad's still around, but just I wonder. We're at cabin time. Russell's not here yet, though. And I did not get to... Before we do that, a couple of you have told me, like, this is my best breakfast. I think that my favorite breakfast would be porridge done in my Morris pot and like some bacon over a fire. Keep it simple. Sticks to your ribs. It'll get you through the morning of whatever you're doing. And then like some Gorp or some trail mix or something to munch on throughout the day. Supper time. Like if I'm not rehydrating something, I do like a big slab of meat. I really do. And some... I've done potatoes before. I find they're a little dilettantish. No, that's not the right word. They're a little persnickety. So I don't think I would do potatoes. I would do onions and peppers over the fire. Hello. Yeah. Like I do it's kind of a papillote, but out of aluminum foil instead of paper. I've done that before. Throw some oil in there, little pepper. And I would just... that to me. And then of course I would finish off with a beer or some whiskey. I just realized, because this app is not what I used to use, Russell can't let himself in. So I'm going to put my cans on. I'm going to bring him on Steam. And before we do cabins, I'll ask him what his all-time favorite camp or outdoorsy meal is. Oops. That's better. How you doing?
I'm is this on? I'm sitting here trying to figure out why I can't adjust the volume of my audio. Like, and I can adjust it in Windows, but the browser doesn't seem to care. It just like blasting in. Oh my god, blasting it in my ear.
Do you want me to talk more quietly? Do you want me to ASMR? ASMR.
Well, that's nice. That's really nice.
Everyone goes to sleep.
You think too much of yourself.
ASMR. Hi, Raptor Ranch. How are you doing? Northern Wisconsin was damn hot here today. It's hot to here also today. It's gonna start that again. It's also hot here today. I was kind of schwitzing. It's gone down to 19 degrees.
Wait,
but it was 27 earlier. I don't know what those are in degrees freedom though. Right now it's 19 degrees Celsius, and it was at 27 this afternoon. And I think that 27 in May is just rude. Just rude. Christy says Irish oats. I do like Irish oats. When I was living solo, what I would do is in the morning throw them on to cook, then go take my shower and come back, because they do take a whole lot longer than instant for sure, but so good, so chewy, so nutty. Absolutely. Peanut Trucker says breakfast keto sausage gravy over scrambled eggs and pancakes is the breakfast Jennifer makes. That sounds delish. And Jim likes fish chowder. That's very Boston of you. Raptor Ranch put in his AC today. It's like, it's May, people. You know? Christy says we make biscuits and sausage gravy, but we add green chilies to our gravy. I do like some chili peppers. So are biscuits like what we would call scones? Because I keep hearing Americans talk about biscuits, but they don't look like cookies. So is a biscuit like a scone? Just waiting for somebody to write something. But they serve that over potatoes too. Okay. Raptor says, I'm having a few beers, put the rest of my chickens in the freezer camp, got new chicks. Oh, so you've got some chickens? Nice. I I would love to have chickens. Guys, I made a cocktail this week that used jalapenos in it. And I gotta tell you, I left the recipe upstairs. I didn't bring it down. I will post it on the Discord later, but it was so damn good. Christy says buttermilk biscuits are softer than a scone. Okay. Raptor Ranch. Just remember, I'm like, oh, I totally forgot that because I remember you've been on before, and I just assumed you were male that time as well. Sorry about that. I'll take my lumps. Okay, so we're gonna do AI cabins. Oh, Off-Grid Recon's here. How's it going?
Yeah,
How you doing?
Well, we don't have to stick to AI cabins. We can do whatever we want here. I was doing like a bushcraft man takes refuge under a tarp in a forest as it is raining heavily. He cooks food in a pot over a fire.
What do you think he's cooking?
Food.
I think that's a stew. I think that's a beef stew with mushrooms. Maybe a little bit of red wine in the sauce.
You're probably right. The pictures are all very similar.
What the hell is he holding?
At least one of them might be a spoon.
That, you know what that looks like to me? That's, you know, those old school, I think they're cast iron or carbon steel. Yeah, they're like clamshell things that you can click together for whatever the hell that cooked sandwich is called. Mountain pie or something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I'm not sure what the sandwich is called, but
Jim has an ad. Does anyone else have an ad right now?
So I did a cabin by a river. Let's do a modern cabin by a river. The cabin sags. It looks drunk.
What? Okay.
Yes, we are taking suggestions from the chat.
Fair enough.
Shitty McChatty.
I would like to point out that if anyone does want to keep contributing to the previous subject for tonight, like if anyone here does want to keep talking about what their favorite camp meal is, I will absolutely read that on screen and interact as well.
I wonder if we can do that. Like, let's try that. Cooking eggs and bacon over a campfire. Let's see if it'll show us close up of the frying pan. How is that a modern cabin?
Well, if by modern, yeah, no. Well, that looks like modern as in, 1950s era, right? 70s maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't built during, the when Egypt was, in power. Yeah. When Troy was crossing the sea to attack somebody. Oh.
Actually, and it's back bacon.
That's pretty good.
That looks great. Are you kidding me? That looks amazing. I can smell that.
You would have a hard time saying that that's not real.
Wow. Like, look at the embers underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Holy schnitzel.
There's a second one. Oh. Eggs on a bed of bacon.
Yeah, that's... and it looks like it's on top of like a thick crust pizza or something. Like it's like Chicago style.
Here's number 3. Similar.
Yeah. The first one was
look real there.
Yeah. I mean, the first one was, I think, the nicest, but this one's a pretty damn close second.
It's usually the first picture you look at that's the nicest. I don't know why.
Yeah. Raptor Ranch is done with dip netting. Got 3/4 of a freezer full of walleye. So you're going to eat well. That's pretty cool.
Cooking fish. Fish and... What do you have with fish?
What the hell would you cook with fish? Would you do like zucchini and peppers, or would you do like
and veggies?
And veggies, yeah. Jim says we use those pie makers for pizza more than anything. I hate pizza now. I love pizza. I'm a little pizzaed out, but
for pizza, yeah, we're gonna have pizza this weekend. We're gonna do it the old-fashioned way, which means I'm gonna buy pre-cooked crusts and dump everything on it and heat it up on the toaster oven. 8 minutes. Nice. 8 minutes in the toaster oven, and then you put it under the broiler, right up under the broiler, and do that for a minute
to get a little bit of a crust going.
A little bit of a sizzle.
Looks like everyone's into walleye. Destiny likes walleye. Christy likes walleye. Raptor obviously loves. Raptor says, nope, just fish. Peanut Trucker's out. Good night. Good night, mister. Sleep well. So that looks like tilapia or cod with, you've got some cherry tomatoes. That looks like green peppers. Looks like a yellow pepper.
It's not as believable a picture, of course, because it looks like one of those staged photo things for a advertisement.
And the pan is just sort of, well, it's not just floating there. I see where it's resting, but it's not as good.
Sort of similar. They almost had the pan sitting on something, but otherwise the picture's very similar. Yeah.
It's got some squash in there. Ooh, I don't want my fish to still have the heads on. I gotta say, I'm a classicist that way. Chris, if you're still here, again, happy belated. Well, I mean, I said happy birthday on your birthday, but I hope the rest of your time off is great. The pan looks like it's floating. Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the bacon and eggs.
Yeah, that is terrific. It does look like the bottom of that pan is very thick, though. Grace Martin says, I think in the husk, corn on the cob sounds good with fish cooked on a campfire.
Oh. Yeah. Cooking corn on the cob directly on a campfire. Try that.
Okay.
What else do we want to see? I mean, we can still do cabins. Cabin side of a mountain looking deep valley.
Destiny wants to see pancakes in the frying pan with maple syrup. Let's see that cabin and then do pancakes.
Pancakes.
Or we could just do the pancakes.
In a frying pan over a campfire with maple and maple syrup is being poured over the pancakes. Well, I'm not sure about this.
No, that's the cabin on this side.
Yeah.
I love how it's on a starlit night. Yeah, it doesn't show, like, to me, if I'm cooking corn over a campfire, it's completely inside the husk, for sure.
Yes,
for sure.
But I've said that. I just said corn on the cob.
Yeah, these look like staged, although that second piece of corn is floating.
Yep.
I am too good to touch these coals. Yeah, that looks really staged. It does kind of look real. Like the positioning ruins it, but the actual picture of the corn, the corn, whatever those little pieces are called, is pretty good. Yeah, that's it. Looks pretty good.
The cob looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean the husk needs to be burnt, and so do the hairs coming off the other end. But yeah,
this one almost looks like it's finished cooking, and somebody's just kind of running it through the fire to sizzle it, give it a sizzle. But
hey, Beto's here. How you doing?
Hey, Beto. Oh, look at that view.
Yeah, I would be afraid that cabin might slide off the edge. But yeah. I would love that view. Ah, hell yeah.
I need a deck there, but
What? Yeah. I almost feel, oh, that's even better. Even better. Although I would want it to be south facing.
it is south facing.
Is it really?
Since when is the sun so low in the sky in the south?
Yeah, that's true.
That would be the sun setting in the west there, so it is south facing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hold on. I just want to go back and make sure.
David Evans. Why are you leaving, David?
Good night, David. Although you should stick around for the rest of the. Destiny wants to see a Muskoka cabin by a lake.
We can do that.
Beto says hi. I said hi to Beto as well.
I don't know what a Muskoka cabin is, though.
Gray says, not going to cook corn over flames. Has to be coals. I think, yeah, you're probably right.
Let's try in cottage country. See what that does. Muskoka cabin by a lake in
Burn the
cottage.
silk off, says Jim. Yeah, absolutely. The silk has to get burnt off for the picture to be believable.
That's interesting.
That cabin looks more old school. I like that cabin. And I gotta admit, I would love that view.
You know, I've kind of determined the more things you can see in your view, the better it is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's fair.
Here's Destiny's.
I mean, the fingers are completely destroyed, but you know, maybe he hurt himself working. And the pan again is one of those with like a really thick bottom, but it looks pretty good. Aside from those fucked up fingers and the demonized. And that does look like a very thick maple syrup. I mean, not quite a maple chutney, but you know.
It is pretty thick.
Yeah. That one looks better because there are no messed up fingers.
And the pan
normal
bottom looks normal. Yeah.
I like it.
But I gotta say, Destiny, who pours maple syrup on the pancakes when they're still in the pan? Or is that a thing you do over a campfire?
I think it must be a campfire thing.
So you can eat them right out of the pan?
Oh, yeah. I would totally do that.
I'd take them off the fire first.
I would as well. But I mean, you know.
All right, let's go whole hog here.
Okay.
Bacon, eggs, and pancakes cooked in a frying pan over a campfire. A shaker of spice is being shaken over the food. Is there a better way to say that? All my writing skills just went out the window.
Just went, you know what? To hell with you. I don't know. Let's see what it does.
That's one of the things I like about AI. It doesn't really care about how well you write.
No, there's no judgment.
As long as you get everything you needed in there.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the Muskoka cabin. What is a Muskoka cabin?
A cabin in Muskoka. Those trees look realistic. That looks like a cabin I'd like to sit in.
AI does trees well. I got to give it up.
Yeah.
The water looks good. The dock looks good.
Jim says maybe the fingers were demonized. Yeah, I think they absolutely were. Christy says bacon, egg, and cheese English muffin sandwich.
You just want to see a sandwich?
Well, she wants to see like a breakfast, Sammy, right? I like that.
Okay, hold on. This is it. Yeah. Bacon, egg.
Raptor Ranch says, thanks for letting me join tonight from northern Wisconsin. You can join anytime.
Cheese.
Anytime. Start every single time with letting me what the weather is like. And
English muffin breakfast.
I always ask what the weather's like anyway.
Sandwich. Okay, we're going to try that, and then we're going to...
Normal English muffin or a whole wheat one?
Come on. This is nice. Oh, I like the bug room there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I would sit on that covered porch all night long.
And then in September, you sit on the dock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we see this one?
That one's nice too.
Is somebody sick in your house?
You heard that, eh?
Yeah. Wow. Okay, this is the bacon, eggs, and pancakes cooked in a frying pan over a campfire. A shaker of spice is being shaken over the food. Huh.
The thing is,
separate everything, but
these absolutely look like, you cooked everything, laid everything aside, and then you put it back in the pan just to warm it through, and then sprinkled the spice or the maple syrup on it. Oh, hold on. Listen to this. Country Boy says, I've never done it, but I think the maple syrup hitting the bottom of the hot pan and caramelizing a bit would be tasty.
Would it caramelize?
I don't know.
I mean, if you cook maple syrup long enough, it turns into sugar, right? Maple sugar.
Maple sugar, yeah.
But maybe that's a good thing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Christy says, oh, for land's sakes. Wait, okay. Jim says, Scott, that sounds right. Christy says, you don't think that would taste burnt? I think, cheese. Are you kidding me?
You got 2 eggs and 2 cheeses in there.
Yeah. The English muffin does look slightly bagel-esque. But still.
Yeah.
Wow. That one especially looks bagel-esque. Or like it's a biscuit.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, in the meantime, Raptor Ranch is having chili and chips tonight. Fry bread and chili, sit on the Bad River and cooking fish. That sounds like you are having a feast. Chili and chips. I think that sounds delish. I had thought you were talking about like chilies like jalapenos, but then I realized no, you're actually talking about chili. Fry bread and chili. That sounds delish. I made a really nice chicken tonight, though. I roasted it in the oven. Did some baby potatoes. Same deal. So good. So good.
So I'm having a what the hell?
Innocent Gun. Hold on, let me. Caribbean rum cask. I still have not tried that one.
Oh, so good.
Jim says bannock wrapped on a stick, cooked over a fire with duck cooked in a cast iron pot over a fire and a side of great northern beans. I think that's what he wants us to see.
Okay, first let's grab Raptor Ranches here. I'm gonna do it. If you, it's easiest if you type it properly, and then I can just copy and paste, and I don't have to kind of figure her out.
Oh, I thought Raptor Ranch was telling us what she was eating tonight.
Sit on the Bad River. Okay, and then we'll try Jim's.
Okay, so fry bread and chili.
See what it comes up with. Why can't we just... Man, I can't wait for full-on VR so we can just create these places and just go there. Oh, that's a nice picture. Oh, wow. Oh, that's good stuff. Jess. No, you'll never get to try it. What am I saying?
I could probably buy it while I'm in Alberta.
Okay. Here we have chili and chips tonight. Fry bread, chili, sit on the Bad River. I guess.
Oh, Raptor is fishing and cooking on the Bad River. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there you are. Are you there?
That looks good. I do love me some chili. Oh yeah, there's fishing. There's a fishing rod back there.
So that's Raptor Ranch right there.
I would love to know how that that tray of fry bread is balancing, or that fry bread.
The chili looks nice and
It looks delish.
Thick.
It looks like a big old bucket of wind. I am impressed at how so many foods can just balance on thin air like that.
That's what it is. VR, man. VR will be that way. Oh.
Yeah. I would love to make some chili.
Okay, here's Jim's. Bannock wrapped on a stick, cooked over a fire with duck cooked in a cast iron pot over fire and the side of Great Northern beans. Well, bannock wrapped on a stick.
I see it.
Yeah.
It's not what it looks like when I did it, and it's probably not what it looks like when Jim did it. But
Jim, where are you, Jim? Obviously, you're not driving right now, right? You can see this?
He only had a half-hour drive home tonight. That's better.
Yeah, there's the duck. There's the beans. There's the bannock.
Yeah, that's better.
I'm impressed. Oh, not sure about that bannock.
That bannock doesn't look good at all. That ain't right.
Almost looks like some kind of big leaf wrapped around that.
Yeah. No. That's okay. I mean, the beans are definitely there. There's the duck.
I never answered your question from earlier. My camp cook. I think my favorite that I've ever done is I had one of those Mountain House bags of sweet and sour pork. And I remember I was in Kawartha Lakes. It was April, and it went down to -10 the night I was there. But I cooked up I heated up some water and poured it in this Mountain House bag, sweet and sour pork, and it was delicious. Man, it was good.
And do you put a little less water than it calls for on the bag, or do you go straight to the fill line?
That's a good question. I don't remember what I did that time. But I'm all for adding a little less water.
Yeah, because I always go to the fill line because I keep forgetting that if I go to the fill line, it might be a little watery. Because I find that it gets watery if I go straight to the fill line. Like,
a little soupy.
Yes, I did it again. Oops, I did it again.
I like piss. I did it again. Do we want to go back to cabins, or what do you?
Grace said the fry bread is levitating. Oh, Jim is at home in front of his TV. Grace wants to see steak cooked on coals.
Hold on. Beautiful cabin levitating over the middle of a lake. Why not? We can make any of these into video, by the way.
Into video?
Steak. Yeah. Steak cooked on coal.
Directly on
steak cooked on coals? I mean, if you want to give it a little bit more thought, yeah, I mean, steak cooked on the campfire, or steak cooked on coals in the forest, or next to a stream, or
steak
with wild animals
coals
in the background.
Next to a stream.
Stream.
Look at that cabin.
By a beautiful woman in a bikini.
I thought you were going to go for beautiful waterfall. That's not the ending that I was expecting. Oh, I was absolutely convinced you were going to go for waterfall.
Okay, this is actually really cool. It didn't quite go levitating as much as it just went floating cabin.
Yeah. Well, and it's pretty nice.
The reflection of the water is really good too.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Put a little trolling motor on that.
Yeah. Jim says, I've always wanted to try steak right on the coals, but I'm afraid I might ruin the steak. Jim, I'm with you. Excuse me. I have the same fear, but apparently it doesn't, because you get a crust on the steak and you can just brush off the coal dust, the ash.
Yeah. So I've heard. I've never done it either. It looks like AI really wants to put some kind of support underneath the cabin. It can't just levitate.
That cabin is sitting on a very small Jenga tower. just waiting to pitch over onto its side because some fool took a block from the middle and put it on top and just nuked the whole thing.
I don't need an engineer. I'll watch a YouTube video or two.
That one's just... Oh, is it really levitating or is it on piers? It's on piers.
You put the piers in there, of course. Maybe I should have said floating.
You take the piers from the middle, then you put it on top. You take the piers from the bottom. That one's on stilts.
Not very big ones.
That's like Howl's Moving Castle, but like Canadian edition.
Let's do something like floating cabin.
I see you got your woman in bikini there.
Do we get the steak too?
Well, I don't see much steak going on.
Is like, what steak?
Oh no, there's a steak. That's a big honking steak.
It's not right on the coals either. What's wrong with that woman?
She's like, why am I in a bikini next to a cooking steak? I'm supposed to be swimming.
AI woman questioning her existence in this picture.
Yeah.
I like how the woman became the prominent feature here. No, we just want to see steak on coals.
We want to see the steak, and that steak isn't on coals.
Why are they all blonde?
Grace is telling, well, because you said beautiful, and AI thinks that blonde is beautiful. Jim, don't be afraid. It's great. Yeah, I'm going to try it as well. I'm absolutely going to try it as well.
It's really skinny. Okay, let's just do steak on coals.
That woman looks like she could use a steak.
We're gonna.
I am coming to fish for walleye. I can catch my fish. My husband has never been able to. Oh, has he never been able to catch it? I have never caught a fish either. Never. Christy says, "Unto country where we are definitely coming your way. I love BC. I also really like BC. I have great memories. That's my old stomping grounds." Jim, you try it. I'll try it. Oops. Oh, for land's sakes. There we go. You try it. I'll try it, and we'll compare notes.
I love fishing.
That's a really nice looking cabin.
Mosquito.
Let's call the whole thing off.
Did I get it? Mosquitoes keep sneaking into my cabin somehow.
You must burn them with fire.
You mean the cabin?
No, just the mosquitoes.
Well, I would love to.
That cabin there has kind of an Icelandic feel to it, sort of a Scandinavian look.
Come on.
I still love it.
Come on.
Damn it, mosquitoes.
I got it.
Good on you.
Pup. Another one.
Bites the dust. Dum, dum, dum.
Another one.
Bites the dust.
Oh, there you go. That almost looks like a little houseboat.
I like that one as well.
Wait. I gotta go back.
Raptor Ranch says her kid Adam just stopped in to say hello. Hi, Adam.
Hey, Adam. I'm not sure what's going on. I want to know what's going on in the front of that. It looks like almost like a bed, but the chairs are all messed up.
Like one of those deck beds, those porch, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Jim says needs more windows. Yeah, on the side there.
Jim is correct.
Yeah, Jim is definitely correct. I like that one.
Interesting how they're individual chairs, but where your legs go is all one long piece.
Well, yeah,
that can work.
AI just designing new kinds of. That looks small. You know what that looks? That's a bunkie, but it's a bunkie you can't get to.
See, that'd be a great Airbnb.
Yeah. If you can get to it, you get 50% off for the night.
Bring your own towels. Was that it? Oh, I didn't click this. Steak cooked on coals.
Damn it, Russell.
I know, right?
Steak cooked on coals. I am going to need to eat again after this because all this food cooking over an open fire is like, oh, getting hungry.
Yeah, I think that very first picture was.
Yeah, that was something else.
I should put this on Facebook and see if anybody realizes it's AI.
Yeah, and just like caption it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Country Boy asks unto me, are you serious about never having catching a fish? One day on a lake will take care of the big black dog on your back for at least a year. Well, yeah, because I fear fish because I'm allergic to half of them, right? So I've just shied away from going fishing.
You really need to. I was going to say conquer your fear, but that's not it. You really need to get a hold on which fish it is you're allergic to.
It's all the ones with like the pink or red or the oily ones. Yeah.
I you know how many times I've heard that? I'm saying exactly which fish so that you can actually eat fish.
I can eat fish. I can eat the white fleshed ones. It's just I don't know enough about fish to know what I'm catching. Because I don't want to catch a fish, gut the damn thing, and like, oh no, that was a trout. You know? Country Boy. Oh no, Chrissy says, told my husband he would be able to catch one if he went dip netting in Alaska.
Sorry, I gotta wash my hand now. I was just rubbing June bug. It's really dirty. I'll be right back.
Country Boy says catching them and eating them are totally different. That's true. That's very true. That cabin looks like a little sauna, or like a not a boathouse, but like a pool house. Or you guys know if you go to like Club Med or something, that would be next to the beach. And it looks like it's in a hot spring in Iceland to me, with the color of that water and the steam coming off of it. That's what it looks like. I mean, it's very picturesque. It's a little small though. That's bunkie sized for sure. For sure. It's 22:38. Just reminds me, my alarm did not go off, which means I forgot to screen time Camille. Okay, it's on. Okay. It's on. A cabana on stilts. Yeah, it's got that sort of cabana feel to it for sure.
Jess, the point I was trying to make was that if I went out on a lake and I caught a fish and I tried to get you to eat it, and even though it fit all the criteria you think you need for safe fish to eat, you still wouldn't eat it. My point is you need to get a handle on exactly what fish, not just a generic description of the fish you can or cannot eat.
Well, I know I specifically cannot eat trout or salmon or shark.
Okay, well, that's a start.
Because all of those have ended up with me having either an emergency room visit or similar issues. I kind of feel like I had a reaction to tuna at some point, but I don't know that for sure. My memory might be a little foggy on that one.
It's weird. I mean, you're talking about some freshwater fish and then tuna being a saltwater fish.
I'm not sure about the tuna.
But that's one of those things, like you can buy tuna in a grocery store, take a little piece, eat it, and then see what happens.
Yeah. Raptor Ranch says, I want to build a shanty on Lake Superior. That sounds like an excellent use of materials. I mean, I would. It's just a little ramshackle little cabin. I think I see stakes.
Yeah, directly.
Those aren't on coals. Directly on the coals.
Let's try barbecue coals, barbecue coals
on charcoals. Charcoal.
Charcoals. Charcoals. I mean, these look like. Okay, there's probably like 10 million pictures of like really nice. Oh, actually, it is on coals.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's on those briquettes that I hate, but I mean, it's still something. Except if it's cooking on directly on the coals, why does it have the stripes on
it? Just ruining everything.
I'm like, what's his name? Adam, was it Conwire? Adam ruins everything.
Okay, this
looks
more like a burger than a...
It does look delicious, though. I mean, this AI knows exactly what I like for sure.
Well, there's like 10 million pictures of steak.
Yeah, that's true.
Like really nice pictures, like advertisement style pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I can practically smell that one.
Like Wagyu. And then here is steak cooked directly on charcoals. Yeah, fail.
No. Jim says, my idea of a floating cabin on Lake Superior sounds like the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Yeah, I don't know if I would have a floating cabin on Lake Superior.
Okay. What was the Edmund Fitzgerald? Was it a passenger ship?
No, it was a Laker. It was a cargo.
Cargo ship wreck on Lake Superior. Let's try that. Cargo ship wreck.
I mean, hey, if you want to take a dark turn, I would have started with floating cabin wreck on Lake Superior myself.
Floating cabin wreck?
Oh, Jim is doing a deep dive from a previous episode here, not to be confused with Destiny.
Because her name is Fitzgerald, yeah.
728-foot ore freighter, says Jim.
Stilts. A cabana on stilts. Why not?
Cabana on stilts.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh.
Wow. That's creepy as hell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, make our picture smaller again. Make that picture big again.
Right. Boom.
Yeah, creepy.
Yeah. And it looks like, because of the lighting and everything, it looks like it's like 7 degrees out. You know?
Yeah, damn mosquitoes. Creepy. Oh, that's even creepier.
Yeah. Especially because no ship was ever designed that way.
Whoa.
You know what it looks like? It looks like a really big version of one of those beach landing, you know, with the door that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like a Mondo-sized one.
Yeah, like what they used on D-Day. Right?
Yeah. Wow.
That looks like the ship that they had in Waterworld. Whoops. I scrolled.
That one looks like a Laker.
This one looks like, although, gosh, I guess they really did put it on Lake Superior there.
Yeah.
That looks really, really long, doesn't it?
Yeah, but like the Edmund Fitzgerald, for instance, was also very long. Like that looks like it's a little too long, but it was one of those long ones with the bridge at the front and the engineering and living quarters at the back.
I'm pretty impressed, you know.
Yeah.
For that very simple prompt, cargo shipwreck on Lake Superior. That
one's probably my favorite one. That one right there.
It's always the first one you look at.
It's very often is, yeah. I agree.
That's crazy. Okay, and then we get a cabana on stilts. Oh man, come on. That's nice.
Very nice.
And that hammock there. That is.
I would like the bottom of the hammock to actually be attached to something other than maybe a chain.
Looks like a string.
Yeah.
Okay, those hammocks are stupid.
Yeah, well, especially the one that's hanging off of nothing except maybe a spider thread coming from that tree.
Well, it looks like 3 different ones here are hanging off.
Oh, yeah. What the hell?
Nothing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
I would
something.
love to be in the shattered remains of a chainmail hammock right over some stairs.
Well, okay. So that stupid hammock aside, that's pretty cool. Like
It's
stepping
pretty
off your
nice.
deck and then right into the sand.
Yeah.
Like potentially right into the water.
Yeah.
One of our the few times that City Girl and I have been to Florida, we always stop at this restaurant called the Sandbar on Anna Maria Island. Amazing that I remember that. And quite a bit of the seating is right on the beach. So
Mm-hmm.
you're sitting there at your table, and you take off your socks and shoes, and you're in the sand, so you can squish your toes in the sand, and it's the weirdest feeling to be eating like that.
Yeah. It does
I
sound
mean,
somewhat, utopian. Not utopian. Paradise. Paradisical.
is that
Sounds
a
like
real
it's
word?
paradise. It's as close as I'm gonna get.
It's a cool restaurant. It's always super busy too.
Yeah.
Here's the last of the cabana on stilts.
I wouldn't. That first step is a doozy.
Have a few drinks and don't make a wrong turn.
Yeah. Up. Raptor Ranch is out. Just a night.
Good
Go to
night.
bed with my beer in my deck bed. Oh, in your deck bed. Hello. Okay.
Going to bed with my beer in my. I thought you were fishing on somewhere.
Living the life, eh?
Lake.
Fishing on the river, then stepping back to your deck bed, where you can clearly sleep without fear of getting eaten alive by mosquitoes.
A cabana on stilts. Let's put it somewhere interesting, like the in Bora Bora.
If you want to go really interesting, it's a cabana on stilts, like in Mordor. But okay, Bora Bora is fine.
Let's start with Bora Bora, and then we can go darker. Mordor. Mordor, right?
Yep. Country Boy says brookies are pink flesh and taste like mud. Grayling tastes way better.
Let's do Rivendell. Is there two L's in Rivendell?
Maybe. I guess we'll find out.
Okay, so here we have cabana on stilts in Bora Bora, which, yeah, a lot of those cabins are right in the water. I don't like the crap going on around the piers.
Like it looks like there might be some barnacles growing there.
Why?
I love how it looks like it's 4 p.m. Well, actually, no, in that section it's probably a whole lot later than that, like 9 or something, but like the sun's going down. It looks like it's about 25 degrees, 30 degrees.
The cabin itself is beautiful. The barnacles should be only on the piers, not whatever the hell's going on there. But, the closer you get to the equator, like sunset every day is around 6 p.m., which is weird, right? So probably a little earlier in the. I'm not sure how close Bora Bora is to the equator. Maybe somebody can correct me. But other than the barnacles in the water and the stairs need to be fixed.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I would love that. That is just beautiful.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And we're gonna love that picture the most.
That's pretty good too, though. Bigger though. That looks like it's the section of a hotel.
Yeah. I'd like to see more of the cabana there, but
again, that looks kind of commercial, right?
Oh, that's a fly. It does. I don't, and I want to see water I can swim in. I don't know what's going on there.
Looks like he's on looks like they're on like a very mini chunk of a reef. Up. I think Raptor is going to bed now for sure. Hold on. Not showing up just yet. Yeah. Everyone say goodnight to Raptor Ranch. Good night.
Good night, Raptor. City Girl would love that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she would. Yeah, she would love these.
You know what I could really go for right now?
Cheese.
Okay, two things. The other is, you know those little pepperoni sticks?
Pepperettes or just pepperoni?
Yeah, I think they might be called pepperettes. So good.
I can't do pepperettes because they give me heartburn. I can do pepperoni though.
So I'll eat 2 pepperettes, one for me and one for you.
And they're, oh my god!
What the hell?
A cabana on stilts in Mordor. Oh, shit.
One does not simply walk into Mordor in a cabana on stilts.
This is our Airbnb. Bring your own armor and magical
Stay away
spells
from the orcs.
to protect yourself.
Stay away from the orcs and the Urukai.
Doesn't it look like the stilts are all like smoldering?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
Bring some bug spray. It's open concept.
Yeah, they're all like they're all limbs off of ants that they've killed. Baby ants because they're small.
Oh, that's dark, man.
This cabin is the one we call the Ants Bay. That one too. That one looks like it's marching across the,
It started out as that cabana in Bora Bora.
This one's like Howl's Moving Castle, my ass. This is Shriek's Moving Castle. Jeez.
There's lights on inside.
You know what that is? That's Darth Vader's getaway. How many of you guys know what I'm referring to when I say Howl's Moving Castle, by the way?
I know what you're referring to.
Okay.
I've seen the show, the movie, but I don't remember a whole lot from it.
Oh, I've seen it
Wasn't
so many
there
times.
That floating person who never said anything?
Yeah,
In
Turnip Head.
black. Yeah.
He turns into a prince.
Oh, does he? I don't remember that part.
I've seen this movie many, many times.
I think I watched it because it was on a list of stuff you have to watch. Princess Mononoke was also on that list, and that I've seen many times.
That one, I think Camille is finally old enough for, but Clem, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, there's some adult themes going on in there.
Grace says, forget bug spray, bring orc spray.
Orc spray. Yeah, they call that a sword. Yeah.
Sting.
This one's on fire.
Yeah.
Bring your own water.
Well, maybe that's the forge where they created the One Ring.
Okay, so here we have a cabana on stilts in Rivendell. I don't know. If
it's a very nice cabin, though.
Call that on stilts.
The stilts, really? That looks more like piers to me.
Yeah. Second one. Oh, it's a yurt. Oh my god.
That's definitely more Rivendell-ish.
It's a yurt. And look at it's the tiny little pond there that they built right in the middle of.
Yeah.
With no walkway or anything.
Yeah. It's Arwen's house. She just floats across. She gets onto her white horse and just wow, that you know what that looks like? That's like
conference center.
Yeah, the Rivendell, conference center and cocktail lounge.
We're gonna do a lunch and learn today. We're gonna talk about magic.
Everyone go to the rotunda. This tilted rotunda.
Don't be late. It's gonna be tea
and cheese
and some olive crackers. I don't know why I'm doing my head like that. Do people talk like that?
I don't know.
And if you're lucky, you'll get a little fish garnish.
Nice.
Okay.
Little fish garnish. That's nicer than the previous yurt for sure.
Again, it's just a sitting area though. There's no, living there.
And I wouldn't want to drink too many glasses of whiskey on that deck. Stumble off into the fog.
No
Which
railing.
means fall to your Like, I'm the king of the world. Crunch.
King of the world. All right, what are we doing next?
Is that back to the first one?
Yeah. No, sorry. This was the first one.
Oh, right. Okay. Still, I mean, it needs a railing. Christy says, if there's a charcuterie, I'm there no matter what it looks like. Fair enough. Fair enough. So,
we've done Mordor, we've done Rivendell.
Santa Claus's off-grid getaway cabin. Off-grid retreat cabin.
Okay, Santa's. Say it again.
Off-grid retreat.
Retreat.
You better call it a cabin because it might think retreat is like Santa and all his elves being chased away by orcs or something.
Okay, let's try off-grid retreat first, and then off-grid cabin. Do you want a setting or like a time zone or like
Arctic?
No, he's not gonna have a cabin in the Arctic.
Well, what do you think he's gonna relax to?
He lives in the Arctic, so why would you have? No, he wants to get away. He wants to go somewhere sunny and warm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I got it. In the French Polynesia.
Okay.
Polynesia. Okay,
some of those Santa cabins look pretty good, though.
Santa's off-grid retreat.
Poof. Fireplace on the outside. Santa baby.
A fireplace on the outside. Those poor elves are like cutting firewood for months.
They probably have one on the inside as well, like in the same. Like they probably both share the same chimney.
Yeah, of course, but I mean, like Santa's chair is out there.
Yeah. Kristen says that he should have his retreat in the Keys. Again with the fireplace outside.
Again with the chair.
And with the lazy boy.
And the smoke coming out of the chimney, but not out of the top of the chimney.
That's weird.
Okay, that makes a little more sense. Why is the chair on the outside in every picture?
I think that maybe the chair is the way the AI is making it obvious that it's Santa's cabin.
Okay, last one.
It's always something red and white, right? There you go again.
The trees look amazing in these pictures.
It looks like the living room's in flames, though. The entire inside of the cabin is on fire.
Right.
Santa's like, Christ.
Well, Santa's like, why do I have a relaxing cabin in the same geography where I live?
So maybe he's burning it down because he wants something in the Keys.
There you go. Santa's off-grid cabin in the French Polynesia. I like it.
Yeah, except where's the Santa part? Oh, Santa's on vacation, so he's not Santa-ing it up. He's like, I'm not wearing white and red.
He's just some fat dude.
I'm just some fat guy, fat tourist.
Oh,
wow.
That's sandy. That's sandy. But I
would sit at that table with my morning tea. Except I would turn the chair so I could stare at it.
You put the chair on the other side of the table. Yes. Yeah. Or use the wicker chair there. God, that's actually really nice. I love that.
Jim says, rustic trapper cabin on a narrow stream with a giant Las Vegas water fountain under a tree canopy.
Yes, let's get creative.
Let's get
for once. Okay, so let's go back here. We did that one. We did that one. Here's number 3.
Still very nice.
Is that? I don't know what those decorations are, but maybe that's Christmassy.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be.
Almost like the old style popcorn wreaths. Or
Yeah,
not wreaths,
except those are very large chunks of popcorn.
It's almost like garlic. Garlic. Yeah. What do they call those things that you wrap around the tree?
Garland?
Garland? Is that it? So garlic garland?
Man, Gray says maybe he would wear white and red in a Speedo. Yikes. French Polynesia needs another white whale tromping around in a Speedo like it needs another tsunami. Jim is like, no, Grace.
All right. Last picture of the Santa cabin in French Polynesia.
And then after that, we'll do Jim's, and then we're going to shut her down for the night because it's 11.
Yep. So Jim's rustic cabin on a narrow stream in Las Vegas water fountain under tree canopy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That looks like it.
It's like when worlds collide.
Yeah. I do feel that the realisticness, the realism of the cabins is very uneven. Like some of them really look real and some of them just don't.
Okay. We're going to do this one more time. Santa is in a red Speedo.
Oh, man. Good thing I ate hours ago. Otherwise, it's not nice.
No, we're good.
We're not going to fat shame Santa.
So here's the picture we saw earlier. Here's the next one. Boy, it's really similar.
Yeah. Slightly nicer cabin, though.
Okay, here's the next one. That's also really similar.
I don't think the cabin is nicer, though. Oh, I like that cabin.
It's really
Could you imagine? Imagine that fountain wasn't there, and then one morning you opened your door and it was there. I would be legging it. I'd be like, nope, I'm out. See ya. Yeah, it's weird that they were all so similar, eh?
Yeah. Well, or not. Oh, here we go.
Oh, no. It's like, ho, ho, margarita.
Ho, ho, margarita. Oh, Santa's not looking too bad there.
I was going to say, Santa's making me feel a little bad about myself here. I love how instead of the Speedo, they go for like the summertime take on the whole Santa's pants and belt.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no Speedo going on there. Let's see the next one.
He's got a tattoo.
Tattoo. What is it?
It looks like it might be a reindeer.
I don't know what that is. Santa living large.
Country Boy says, how the fuck did you get my picture?
There we go.
Santa baby. Amazing.
We got to do more things in Mordor, though. I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Love it. I will do one more and then we'll shut her down.
Cabin with solar panels in Mordor. Oh, how about this? Wedding reception in Mordor.
How the hell did you come up with that?
I don't know. I'm just thinking of the most ridiculous thing that can happen in Mordor.
That would be something.
Birthday party in Mordor. Oh, I've got too many things in the queue.
Yeah.
I got a really good one after the birthday party.
Wedding in
Orcs.
Mordor for some reason reminded me of that joke of like, kids in the pool. Marco, unvaccinated kid. Polio. Whoa, look at those pictures.
Jeez. Orcs running for election in Mordor. We're getting there.
Dude, that should have been orcs running a marathon in Mordor.
Hold on. Too many things in the queue.
I see some Mordor pics already. That's the wedding reception.
Hold on. I'm just waiting for this.
Good night, Jim. Too many morning projects, he says. Need to say good night. Good night.
Running a marathon in Mordor. They are exhausted, but her pushing on due to fan bystander support. I don't know what that's going to be like. Okay, so let's go back down to, here we go, off-grid cabin with solar panels in Mordor.
I love how with all of these, like part of the cabin is on fire. Like I kind of feel that it keeps going for that being like the forge for the One Ring or something.
Good night, Jim.
Good night, Jim.
Good night, Jim.
You're missing some quality content.
Pleasure having you, Jim.
That one, the kitchen's on fire.
No. Panels are a little messed up, but yeah, well, of course, it's Mordor.
It's Mordor. Of course they're going to be messed up.
There we go. The panels are... Whoa.
The hell?
Scroll button there. Okay, so the panels are a little on fire.
Yep. But then he answers the house. If I walked up to that place, I'm not opening that door because I will get engulfed in flames.
This one doesn't look like anything's on fire.
No. It does look like if you walked in, you would fall into, in Labyrinth, where the Jennifer Connelly character is in this pile of stuff and she leans on someone and it's like, oh, get off my back. And it's that little creature with all the junk on her back.
Labyrinth. My God. Does anybody who's watching right now remember Labyrinth?
I should probably watch that movie again. Jennifer Connelly was 13 or something in that movie.
I was about to say she was really sexy back then, but that's too far back then.
That's too far back then.
I was thinking more of that other movie where she's riding that horse in the mall. Come on, iconic. That's where the song Flock of Seagulls.
Good old Flock of Seagulls, eh?
Anyway.
I mean, I'm not saying that she didn't become an absolutely stunning woman. I'm just saying at 13. Now, granted, the age I was back then, I guess you couldn't really.
If you're 13, she's 13. Absolutely. It works. The math works. Okay, here we go. Wedding reception in Mordor. That actually looks awesome.
Please, sir, can I have another piece of burnt mutton?
There's only a few people on fire.
Actually, there are a few people on fire. Doing a wonderful job of being gracious in spite of it.
Here's the next one. Ooh.
Wow. This doesn't look like Mordor as much as what Europeans thought that the Chinese emperor was way back a few centuries ago when China and the West just did not understand each other. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking this is more like Sauron is running short of money, so now he's hosting wedding receptions. And he's like, what do you want? Fire? You want lots of fire? Okay.
We can do fire.
Okay.
Country Boy says there's a fire on every table. Looks like my kind of party. Christy said that David Bowie was so creepy. Yeah, that was a great role for him. She said she was so gorgeous back then. Yeah, but she was young. Looks the same. She's still great looking.
She had breast reduction surgery.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
That's more about her than I knew. for sure.
I had to look it up because I saw her in a TV show recently, and I thought something's different about her, so I had to look it up. So, last wedding reception. Okay. Well, you know what's missing from these pictures of the wedding receptions in Mordor is the great big eye.
Yeah. Chrissy says she did. So apparently she did have a breast reduction surgery.
You know what I could do though? Let's do this. I'll do let's recreate it. Wedding reception Mordor. The great Sauron eye watches them from a distance. So, right, the great Sauron eye. Is there a better term for that?
No, I guess you're fine. It's just you're dropping an opportunity here. It should be the great Sauron eye leads a what's it called? That where everyone lines up and they're doing that dance and they're holding on to each other's waist.
Line dance? Oh, conga line.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Sauron, not the eye, but Sauron.
Sauron leads a conga line.
Okay, Sauron. Wait, Sauron?
Mm-hmm.
Leads
Sauron.
A conga line. No, is there supposed to be a space?
Canadian Mordor. Sauron, eh?
Canadian Mordor.
Sorry.
Okay, so this is birthday party in Mordor.
You absolutely have to send me that image.
Oh
you have to copy that and send it to me tonight. They're all singing a birthday dirge. Happy birthday. Meat's on the menu again tonight, boys. Happy birthday.
It was like, shling, meat's on the menu again.
Birthday sacrifice.
Who was it? Oh, it's his birthday.
He didn't taste a year over 10. Just in time for the end, says Mark. Mark Davidson. How are you doing, Mark?
Hey, Mark. Good to see you.
This one's not as good as the previous one. The previous one I would love you to send me. This one's okay.
I will. Yeah. No, I like the first one because it said "Happy Birthday" in there. This one, there's no context.
Yeah.
And there's one more in the series.
Well, this one's sort of at least referencing Sauron, right?
Oh, yeah, okay. So let's go back to the first.
Oh, Mark Davidson. I'm in South Dakota. Forgot about the time difference. Okay, fair enough.
All right, I'm going to put that straight up on Discord there. In there.
Yeah.
In there. Somewhere in there. Happy
I love this one. And again, it's the first one that I like the best, right?
It's always is. So you can send this to people on their birthday and say, "Happy birthday from Mordor."
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
That's hilarious. Okay, so the next series was
the
Orcs running for election.
Oh, yeah, right. Election. I promise an elven leg for every man for dinner twice a week.
More meat.
More meat's on the menu again, boys. Vote for me. Proportional representation. Proper.
It looks like there's people in the background over there. That's weird.
They're the thralls.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They're the ones not being represented.
This is the trolls. We want to be orcs too. Okay, so this is orcs running a marathon in Mordor. They are exhausted by their pushing due to bystander support.
It looks like those bystanders are like, yo, what?
That is, I don't know how.
That first guy's like, I can't do it.
They all look okay. All these pictures are very similar.
That's because they're viewing the orcs as like an army rather than as
exhausted
yeah.
people who have run a marathon. Okay, so here we have Wedding Reception
Wow.
Mordor. The great Sauron eye watches them from a distance.
It kind of looks like Sauron is watching the marriage of Arwen and whatever the hell Strider's name is.
Aragorn?
Yeah. Except he doesn't have a beard, that guy. Maybe Arwen is settling. You're not Aragorn, but
she's like, oh, I'm gonna live forever, and I don't really want to watch Aragorn die, but I'm okay with you dying. So,
yeah. And the guy's like, "Wait,
cool.
what?
It's cool."
Like, yeah, you and your little pencil neck.
Yeah, we're good for 20 years. He's like, okay, well,
All
20
right.
years.
Sure.
And then you'll grow old, right? You'll be old by then. She'll be like, nope, you will be.
You will turn to dust, and I will be free. Wow, that eye looks apocalyptic, and I love how hairy that arch is.
Well, the eye looks like I'm sick of this. I've been up for 3 months watching weddings.
He's like, no, he's been up 3,000 years watching Arwen get married again and again. He's like, will you please just stop?
Her wedding vows are like, it's just like the first time for me.
He's like, 1800th verse, same as the first.
Don't say it's just like the first time again. It's not. You skank.
And she's like, everything old is new again. He's like, you're not.
Oh, and there she is. Like, who's next?
And there's her skinny armed bridesmaid. Like, we're doing this again, then, are we? Okay, let's do it.
And we got this guy going up there and going, yeah, I'll be next. It's cool.
Country Boy says, hold on. Oh, wow. Whew. Country Boy says, what's wrong with settling? If that weren't the thing, I'd have been single my entire life. You're either doing yourself dirty or you're doing your wife dirty.
Yeah, you did yourself dirty there. This is like Sauron's going through a phase.
Yeah. This is like Sauron Ra, the god of light, the god of the sun.
Sure. And like, well, I found these eyelashes. I thought I'd glue them on.
I'm so gothic. I'm so depressed. I'm so emo. Arwen's getting married again. I cannot handle it.
Your marriage won't last 3 years. It's stats.
Country Boy says, that's all dirt on me. Fair enough.
Where are we? Oh, we got Wedding Reception at Mordor. Sauron leads a conga line.
Oh, fudge, right? That's not a conga line. That's an invasion force.
No, this is...
Damn you, AI.
Like the guy from... Almost looks like the guy from Game of Thrones.
Or the guy from Ahsoka.
And this... Do you not know what a conga line is?
Yeah, that looks... that's a line.
What? It's a line.
I'm just seeing all those guys with their burning heads. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
We're on fire.
Come
on, do the da-da-da-da-da bit.
Da-da-da-da-da.
We're on fire.
You're supposed to be on fire.
Do you know what a conga line is?
No, he just looks... AI is letting us down.
Well, some hits, some misses.
Some misses, some hits. All right, it is not... Whoa, my lad. It's 11:20. Hello. Distracted by all the fun and games. All the AI fun and games. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Berlin. Bunny hop. What? Yeah. Christian. Sauron leading the bunny hop.
Oh, let's do a Sauron.
Okay, one more and then we're out.
Leading a bunny hop. We got to take it somewhere other than Mordor, though. Because it's just going to be the same.
Through Rivendell. He's like, I finally got it. I finally have it.
No. Through Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
How do you spell Chucky? Chuck E. Cheese?
Is Chuck E. Cheese a real thing?
Isn't it? It better be.
I feel a Google search coming on.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Chuck goddamn Cheese.
I guess man about hers.
Fair enough. We're back to Sauron overlooking a wedding. Oh, are you kidding me? Chuck E. Cheese? I don't want you to use my current location. Whoa, what's with the animatronic puppet thing? Yikes. Bun Hop. What? I'm going to put that up on screen, Christy, just so that to make sure that Russell sees it. I could really go for cheese, Chucky or otherwise. I'll do it as soon as we hang up this this little call we're on here. This little stream of lives. Oh, tea is such a good drink. Turn off my little hot plate there. It's not a hot plate. It's one of those little things that warms tea or coffee. It's not a hot plate. It's just a little, it's about yay big. Put your cup on, turn it on. Heat keeps your beverage nice and warm. How many, 8 of you are still watching this? What the hell, guys? Chuck E. Cheese. I would like to point out that apparently the Guinness shortage is over. I shall now read to you what it says in the news. The delivery truck pulled up in front of Hurley's Irish pub at 9:47 a.m. Tuesday, and 2 workers began unloading what loyal customers at the popular Montreal drinking establishment had been thirsting after for more than a month: kegs of Guinness. It was the bar's second and longest drought of the legendary draft beer this year, as the iconic Irish brewery has been dealing with supply issues worldwide. Wow. Are you kidding me? That's at Chuck E. Cheese?
Sorry, obviously I don't know how to do Chuck E. Cheese.
It's Chuck, as in Chuck, and then E, as in the letter E, and then cheese. What's with all the rabbits? Oh, wow. What is he doing to that rabbit? Because he's got rabbit ears too.
All right.
And I love how the kids are just watching him and the rabbits.
Oh, angry rabbits.
Scary rabbits.
And again,
and he's got kind of a.
You know what I'm surprised at is like in all these pictures of Sauron doesn't have like a look. Like
no,
it feels like he should have a look, a very specific look.
But the thing is, Chuck E. Cheese, it looks like he's a beaver or a squirrel or something, not a rabbit.
All right, let's take okay, hold on. How do I
leading a bunny hop through Chuck E. Cheese. Right. Okay, here's the thing. Sauron making here's the thing. Sauron as a short order cook in a greasy in a diner.
Bunny hop. Hold on. Let's do it. We're gonna create that into a video. Sorry. Hold on a sec. You wanted what? Sauron what?
Sauron as a short order cook in a diner.
Oh, that's good. As a short order cook in a diner. We should do something that's more like Darth Vader. Like there are a million pictures of Darth Vader around.
Darth Vader with a tray in the Death Star cafeteria.
Darth Vader, let's do serving food in a Death Star cafeteria. Or even, okay, I'm gonna do that one, and then it's gonna be like Death Fighter, Darth Vader cleaning up a mess on the floor in the cafeteria on the Death Star. All the oh my god, my memory. All the, who are the dudes in white?
Stormtroopers.
All the stormtroopers.
All the leaves are brown. All the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray.
The tables, eating food. Watch him.
Everybody. The video I just linked you all to is the one where Darth Vader gets a tray in the Death Star. Whoa!
So, Sauron is a short order cook.
Not Protier. Prothier.
But
Bunk eto bope.
Not Protier. Not Protier.
What do you mean my nan bread's no good? I have burned worlds.
Here you.
Oh, wow. One order of hash browns and a side of pork flesh coming right up.
This is totally like, what do you mean you found a hair in your food? Fuck you. Excuse me.
Do you want me to rip your heart? You're still beating your heart out of your body and feed it to my whatever.
Uh-huh.
That guy looks like he's got some rhythm to him.
Elobelix. Elobelix.
Elbels.
All right, here at Darth
Whoa!
Vader serving food in a Death Star cafeteria. Oh, I didn't even have to say stormtroopers. It was just there.
Who wanted the Mon Cal salad?
Oh, that's awkward.
Wow. You're Darth Vader. Yes, and you're half Vader.
It'd be funny
What?
if the one on the table here was just a statue pointing at food that was going past, right?
I love how weird those stormtroopers look too. Oh, you know what? Darth Vader's at the all-you-can-eat bread bar.
Red bar? What's a red bar?
You don't know what a bread bar is? You don't have like what the hell is that restaurant called? Puccini's? Well, okay, you're in the forest. So there's this restaurant chain that might no longer exist called Puccini's, and they had this bread bar where all you could eat. You'd go, you'd take your bread. It was this grill, and you just slap your bread down, and it would toast up. But here's the thing: they had like a bazillion different flavored butters. So I'm taking the garlic butter. Bloop, 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 bloop. Put that bitch on there, and it would be so delish. Or I'm taking the rosemary garlic butter, or I'm taking the chive butter, or I'm taking you take that big hunk of bread and slap that on it, like you'd spread it on and slap it on there. For a guy who loves bread like I do,
that sounds like an insanely good idea. Let's have a bread bar or a bread.
So good. Grab your hottie, says Kristen.
But the point being that you fill up on bread and then you've got no room for.
Well, yeah, you had to be careful because you take like one or two slices, otherwise you'd end up with this huge doggy bag to take home, right?
No, you can't have a doggy bag at a
Death
buffet?
Star cafe.
No,
it wasn't a buffet. It wasn't a buffet. Like you'd sit down at your table and you'd order actual Italian food. I wonder what the hell he's eating there. Like, what kind of Star Wars creatures have been munched up and put on that table? That all-you-can-eat buffet table.
I'm thinking of the band. You know, the do 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 do. And it's like, okay, we have fodder for the buffet.
He did not like the music.
Okay, here's the next bit. Oh yes, Darth Vader cleaning up a mess on the floor in the cafeteria on the Death Star. All the stormtroopers sitting at the tables eating food, watching him.
How are they eating? Ooh.
It's future.
They just
science.
They just teleport the food into their mouths.
It's science. There's probably a mulcher.
Blinded me with science
on the thing, like a little grinder. So they put up there and grind. It goes in their mouth, and it's just like pre-chewed stuff. All right, this is better. This I like.
Yeah,
because it looks more like Darth Vader's like, oh shit.
Yeah, except that those stormtroopers look weird. They look like the redheaded stepchild between original stormtroopers and like the damn it, I melted my cape again. Same problem with the stormtroopers though. Man, what the hell? Darth Vader break dancing surrounded by stormtroopers clapping.
Dude, okay, hold on. One more picture in the cleanup. Okay. So Darth Vader break dancing location
in
Death Star Disco Club or
Death Star Disco Club.
In the Death Star Disco Club while stormtroopers cheer?
Yeah.
Cheer him on. And then we have to turn one of those into a video. Oh, we turned something else into a video. Where did that come up? Oh, here we go. Sauron leading a bunny hop and fail.
I mean, the bunnies are hopping, but Sauron's not hopping. Mark Davidson, there was a disco in the Death Star? Who knew?
Come on, that thing was as big as a moon, dude. Everything's on the Death Star.
I remember someone I used to know a long-ass time ago having this whole conversation, just to tell you the kind of people I used to hang around with. Like, stormtroopers, okay. Officers, fine. You know, admirals, all that. Yeah, okay. But, like, in the second Death Star, there were probably workers still working there when it went up. And were they innocent bystanders in a galactic conflagration that just took them out unfairly, or were they morally bankrupt because they knew what they were working on and therefore deserved to die?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Like, as far as the people in the Death Star or the regular people in the Imperium
is fine.
In the Empire, you know,
that's better.
The rebels are terrorists, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rebels are straight up terrorists. So and that's how the Empire would spin that anyway. Like, they wouldn't say, "Oh, there's rebels who don't like our."
Oh, they say there's insurgents, right?
Yeah, no, they'd be like, these guys are straight up terrorists.
I kind of feel, by the way, that the stormtrooper on the extreme right has been done dirty by life.
Well, he's probably been experimented on. Oh, have you seen? There's a new movie that we watched, Mickey 17. Have you watched that?
No.
It's like, okay, so it's starring Robert Pattinson. What was that? What was that noise for? He's a good actor.
Is he?
No. Anyway, the main gist of it is he keeps getting cloned over and over again because he gets put on really stupid assignments, right? Or really dangerous assignments. And at one point, they're in space, and he's like fixing something. He's doing a spacewalk. He's fixing something on the array or whatever. And they're like, "Do you feel dizzy right now, or do you feel like you're having a little bit of vertigo?" And he's like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Well, you're being exposed to stupid levels of radiation right now.
Okay.
Your time to die is like about 20 minutes."
I love what Mark Davidson said. It's the push me, pull me stormtrooper.
Mm-hmm.
I love also what Country Boy says. How the hell are 10 people still watching this? Thanks for the vote of confidence there. I mean, I know I have no discernible taste, but there's that many more like me. We're never alone, buddy. We're never. Oh my God. He looks like he's about to pirouette.
Yeah, we have to do.
And the stormtroopers are like, yes, I must clap. He has all the rhythm of.
Darth Vader.
Oh, it looks like you got some good images there, though.
Dances. Yeah, but they have to be turned into video because.
I was hoping to see him do like the head spin kind of thing. Can I get a dark side? Dark side. Can I get a dark side? Dark side. Hold my lightsaber. It's Darth Travolta.
Darth Travolta.
Staying alive. Staying alive. I kind of feel that our best shit is when we're supposed to have gone to bed.
I know.
I feel like there he's finishing off like a wicked dance move and he's pointing to someone like, boom, your turn, bitch. And the stormtrooper's like, no, I can't do it.
Even if they were better than Darth Vader, they're still like, oh, no.
Yeah, no. They're like, no. Because if you're better than Darth, he just does this. And you're done. Is that like Darth getting props from the stormtroopers?
Darth Vader. What is it? What's the type of dancing called when you're just...
You know what that is? You're going to be popular. Popular.
What is the type of dancing called where you're just moving your legs a lot and your legs and feet a lot? There's
like Irish dancing, step dancing?
No. There's
a jig.
Oh my God, you're so out of it. Just it's terrible.
It's just dude, I'm French Canadian. We know how to dance a jig, but it's all feet. Darth Travolta. Country Boy says, Darth Travolta, that wins the live stream. I think that really does. River dance. Right, but he's saying the same thing as I was.
It's no, it's not river dancing. It's like
shimmy, shuffle
dancing.
That's what I meant to say. Or like a clog.
There we go. Yeah, well, thanks for being so late on that.
I'm here to help. By the way, I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 lately when I should be editing a video. I still think that's like props. Stormtroopers are like, yeah, of course I'm clapping, for God's sakes. Actually, they're stormtroopers, so they're like, oops. Shit.
I just can't shell out the money for that game.
I got it on sale. 20% off. I still couldn't really afford it, but it is so freaking good, dude.
Is it Quebec skin?
Did you say is it Quebec skin?
Sale.
It was on sale at GOG, Good Old Games.
I don't know what that is.
It's one of those sort of like game. Yeah, it's kind of like Steam, but not.
Okay, well.
You're going to be popular. You okay over there? I could really go for a cheese and one of those little pepperoni pepperettes.
Oh, can you melt the cheese around the pepperette?
Hell yeah!
I keep blinding my camera because I'm only wearing underwear. Whoa. Oh,
Whoa.
look at him go.
Oh,
Dude.
He's dancing like Elon Musk, though. Everyone's like, yep, okay. Okay. You could do this better, right? Yeah, shut up. Shut up. Shut up now.
Come on, that's some. He's got some move. He's got some moves there.
He's got the moves like Jagga. He's got the moves like Jabba. Oh, I gotta find that video now.
Darth Vader's okay. Let's do that. Darth Vader has the moves like Jagger. Let's see what he gives us. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Nobody knows what's gonna happen. That's the beauty of it.
Shuffle dancing. Fail. Fail. Do you remember playing the game when you came here, the VR game? You come up against Vader?
Yep.
Damn, that's immersive. Oh, I was playing Skyrim VR yesterday.
Skyrim VR?
Yes.
Hello.
And it's amazing. It's like,
I'm just dropping moves like Jabba in the side chat here.
I'll tell you what. Skyrim VR, people start to look like 3D, like true 3D.
So that's on the whatever the meta thing.
Well, I think you can play it on any VR system. I just happen to have the VR. Sorry, what was the link you just posted?
Moves like Jabba. It's a parody. So you now have two videos to watch after we're done here. One where Darth Vader needs a tray.
Okay, Okay. So it can't do dance. It can't do shuffle dancing, unfortunately.
Can it do breakdance?
Well, this was the breakdance clip.
That was a breakdance? I thought that was the shuffle. That was the breakdance clip?
Mm-hmm.
I love how he does a few like silly moves and then he's like, fuck it, I'm out of here.
A couple of karate moves and then he goes down the line and like,
oh, he was kung fu dancing. Everybody was kung fu fighting.
All right.
Yeah, with it. I'm out of here.
I gotta do that now. Darth Vader. Kung fu dancing. Everybody was
kung fu fighting.
Kung fu. Oh, I put dancing. Should have been fighting. Let's put fighting.
It might not get the joke if it was fighting though.
Yeah, probably won't. But
because that other one is Vader's got the moves like Jagga, right? Oh, that's his shuffle. And all the stormtroopers dancing like he did a good job.
This is the moves like Jagger.
That's the moves like Jagger?
No, that's a fail.
That's disappointing. It looks like he's landed from on high and he's all like mythical.
All right, Darth Vader. I'm sure I'm sure it won't be able to do moonwalking. Mark. Is that? Yeah, that's
Mark, we're about to find out. Everybody, right click on the two videos I've shared and open them in new tabs and then watch them later. All 10 of you who are still, I don't believe that 10 of you are still hanging with us. I mean, this is high quality content, to be straight with you, but still.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Oh, I see Steve Grounds is with us for some reason.
Still with us. I have just bottled down my dancing a duet. Now, that's happens. Two things. A, it's 55.1% alcohol by volume. So, God help me. B, I can never buy this bottle again. So, I'm sad. Excuse me. Christy's still
Maybe-
here. So is this Darth Vader moonwalking? Because that doesn't look like moonwalking.
No, this is still the moves like Jaguar.
Yes, moves like Jaguar. That was dignified. Boom. Here we go.
Shuffle dancing.
Shuffle dancing. I can do it. Take this, Emperor Palpatine.
Oh, come on. We got to do that. Okay.
And all this after having lost both his legs and an arm, right?
Okay. Emperor. Palpatine enters and starts break dancing. Come on, man. Okay, we got Darth Vader kung fu fighting or kung fu dancing.
That's his kung fu dancing?
Yeah, okay.
And the stormtroopers are like, can we just go home?
Those look like golf claps, right?
Yeah. We're like, yep. Great. I'm not even being paid overtime for this.
Here we have Darth Vader kung fu fighting.
Wah, Zhong Hua.
Oh, did you see that spin? That was amazing.
One punch.
That's really is lazy clapping there in the background.
Yeah. This is like if that Baby Metal song sucked.
Dave Metal?
Baby Metal?
Oh, Baby Metal. Oh,
Please
I wonder
tell
what
me.
would come up with. Yeah, I know what Baby Metal is. I wonder what would come up if I just put in Baby Metal.
Baby Metal Karate.
Baby Metal
Baby
Karate on the Death Star. We'll see if it knows. I'm just generating pictures. We'll see if it knows who Baby Metal is. They must be grown up by now, right there. They can't be babies forever.
Yeah, they're grown up. I mean, they're young now, right? They're in their 20s. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank the gods.
Yeah. Can we do early 20s metal?
Well, because like the thing is, I mean, when they were, I'm dropping Baby Metal Karate into the side chat. When they started, like the average age of that band was 15, and you could really hear it in their voices. And it was like a little, I mean, it was, their backup band is so good and so hard, but then you had these little voices like shouting. But what's her name? The lead singer, even back then, her voice was dynamite. She sounded older. Like that girl can sing, man. Is he? What the hell's he doing?
Moonwalking. Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, it doesn't know it. Well, that's the prompt.
And they're like clapping. Oh no, they're actually they've stopped. They're like, no, we expected a moonwalk, Darth.
Moonwalking is in slow motion, right? Anyway, the thing for Baby Metal to me was I was mostly worried that these are just kids, and I hope that their futures are looked after, like they're not being taken advantage of.
Well, I mean, one of them disappeared, right? She got some kind of unnamed illness and quit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And she was only replaced like last year.
I did not know that. That sounds suspicious.
Yeah, they had some backup dancers that they hired, like one at a time to sort of take her place. But whatever her name is, she was gone.
So this is Baby Metal Karate on the Death Star.
Okay, let's see.
Oh,
it's an image. It's not a video. That Death Star has an extra crater in it. It looks like somebody punched a hole in it. I bet you that was Luke. That was Luke, right?
No, that was the other rebels. Yeah, they had the wrong plans.
Because I can just imagine Darth standing there. I mean, I'm proud of him, but
I'm proud of him. That's my son. Okay, don't look into it too much.
It's my blood.
Okay, Baby Metal. I don't know why these pictures are so blurry. Like,
it's because even AI is embarrassed at how young Baby Metal started.
well, this is not Baby Metal. I mean, this is
No, it's not really. Nope.
Yeah, these are all big nopes.
No, it's not what Baby Metal looks like. First of all, in some of those, like Baby Metal doesn't show even that much skin, right?
Is Baby Metal Japanese?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Female Japanese rock trio.
Okay. I mean, they're backed by like a 10-piece band.
Yeah, but it's all about the three girls.
Yeah, it is. Their backup band is so good. They have two backup bands, one for like in Japan and Asia, and one for sort of their Western tours, and they're both just so good. I mean, I haven't been in a heavy metal band in like holy crap, like 30 years, but I mean, I still like a really good hard band every now and again.
Holy shit.
Whoa! And he got small. What the hell is he doing? I'm like, woo! I'm on the spectrum, baby.
So the prompt for this picture was Emperor Palpatine enters and starts breakdancing.
There's Darth like, no, not now, please.
Watch me kick the lights out.
I say boom, I say boom, I say biggity bam boom. Woo! I'm taking over Vader. I'm making fool of him because I don't gotta care. Here we go. Whoop, donkey time. Oh, this is what it feels like to be Darth Vader. Woo! Here we go. I love how like the stormtroopers are like, don't react.
And don't touch me.
Can't touch this. Do. Woo! Here we go. Yeah, baby.
Jesus. All right. Female Japanese rock trio.
Holy crap. Guitar, bass, and drums.
Damn. You'd have a hard time telling that's not real.
That does look really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we say make a video, and they go like...
Well, good. Here's a second picture.
But that's also not a trio.
Well, you can't see the drummers. So.
And on the far left, that's a precision bass body with a Telecaster pickup and a Stratocaster neck. So no,
you can't. 99.99% of the people wouldn't have thought what you just said. I'm just saying.
I'm an expert.
This looks good because we actually have them singing into the mics. Or do you want
not so much Japanese though? Also, what's with the tuners on the bass over there? On the far right.
The tuners?
The tuning pegs, the machine heads. They look too like.
Well, you're being too obtuse.
Okay, that bass player on the right has too many tuning turners for the actual pegs.
You're being too obtuse.
Right, I'm not being obtuse. I mean, hey, I ain't got no problem with the green haired. Okay. Actually, that's the best one.
Video it.
Video it.
Girls rock on playing their instruments and singing. Do you want to change that at all?
No, whatever. Whatever. I mean, it's gonna do either something cool or something not. In which case, yeah, no, that sucks.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it looks great until you look at the instruments, and then you're like, no.
Well, I'll tell you what. Okay, so I mean, I look at these guitars and I can't tell any difference between them. That's.
I think the one in the middle is only a 5-string guitar. I mean, it's very Baroque for an electric instrument, but still.
A trombone player arrives on stage and does a solo. And I'll tell you what, I will tell you everything wrong with that trombone.
I would be disappointed if you wouldn't. I don't believe it's 11:56. What the hell are we doing to my life tonight?
Dude, you just be playing BG3.
Maybe. Maybe.
I know you better than that, Jess.
I love Grace is like, Vader can dance. I'm like, yeah, he sure can. But the Stormtroopers are like, yeah, he's great. He's amazing.
Yeah, come on, that dude.
Woo!
Come on, if you do that, if you do that at a wedding, you'll be the belle of the ball. Come on.
Like if you phase.
That neck snap is what really brings that home.
Yeah, except he's going to wake up feeling it the next morning. My mechanical neck hurts.
Oh, do you see how far that neck goes? That goes by.
He's like, okay, here I go. Boom. What? Boom. Oh, yeah. Check it out. Styling, profiling. Like, nobody's clapping for me.
Boom. Boom. Snap.
And ready? Boom. Yes. Snap. Boom. Snap. Yes.
I'll feel that in the morning. And neck cast.
It's weird that AI thought this was Palpatine, though.
Well, yes.
Like, what does AI know that we don't about Palpatine and Vader?
Damn. I wouldn't look at it that closely.
No, I will not look at it too closely.
Boom, 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 boom. Bing, 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 bing.
I love my hybrid guitar bass, P-bass body, Telecaster pickup. I wasn't finished making fun.
Okay, fair enough.
P-bass body, Telecaster pickup, Stratocaster neck. I built this out of pieces, and it sounds great because I am great. Is everybody great? Yeah, we're great. We're great. We're great. We're amazing. Can we just get on with the music? But I built my. Oops.
Come on. Yeah, good job, Jess.
So here's the beautiful thing about AI.
Yeah. What do you got?
Which company are you working with right now? Like I don't. Oh.
Which company?
That actually doesn't look bad.
Girls rock on playing their instruments and singing.
That doesn't actually look bad. I mean, that guitar is way too long. It's like bass length, but
their fingers aren't hitting all the strings, but
yeah, but that's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. I'm like, what the hell?
The drummer looks pretty good too. I mean, her face kind of fucks up for a bit, but
yeah. Grace says, Jess reminds me of a Temu coffee mug that I have with a picture of a guitar. It has a Stratocaster body, Telecaster neck. Wow, that's weird.
Yeah. Grace, why would you do that?
I mean, it's not perfect, but it ain't bad. Like, look at what AI did just a year ago against this, especially against those pictures of like eggs and bacon.
This is the second one. Pretty much the same video, though.
I mean, it looks like they're playing shoegaze music, right?
Shoegaze?
Shoegaze.
I don't know what that means.
You got to learn it, man. You got to get with it. You got to get with it, Holmes. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Uh-huh.
Okay. Okie dokie.
For the record, she's playing the same model of bass that I play, except hers is the 4-string and I play the 5. Oh, shite. Which reminds me, that'll be repaired pretty soon. Which means I'll have to spend a lot of money on it.
Bam.
And, like, it's weird how her little jean jacket vest thing moves.
Yeah. It's a bit weird.
They look like they probably have like an L7 sound to them. I have this image of myself playing in that kind of a, lights and everything. And what you can't see off the stage is that whoever was in charge of marketing the first edition of that music festival hadn't done their job. So there were like 12 people in the audience.
Look at the drummer on this one.
Oh, yeah. In fact, drummer and bass player are both actually doing stuff.
Yeah. And the hair's going and everything. Yeah.
He's like,
this is a nice one.
We're playing for Måneskin.
Nice. Okay, here's the next one.
Country Boy saying, why are there only two tuning keys on her guitar? I don't see one with only two. Although that wouldn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This is the best one by far.
Yeah. Here we go. And I'm gonna play some notes. Woo! Here we go.
B flat.
G. C. A flat.
B flat.
A sharp. No, it's B flat. No, it's A sharp.
Oh my god. Don't do B sharp. All right, Jess, you gotta close this down.
Yep, I do.
Really
okay. That video shows 4. Well, yeah, the bass player has 4. The guitarist has, I thought it was 6. But I spent all my time staring at bass players. All right, we're going to shut this thing down because it is now midnight 03, and I was supposed to be off an hour ago, and I am going to be a bag of toys in the morning. So between now and next week, what are we talking about next week? Forgot my agenda upstairs. But we do have an agenda for next week, and I don't remember what it is. We're going to talk about it later. Between now and whenever the hell, and whatever we're talking about next week, everybody, please be safe, be sane, be healthy, and be kind to one another. Good night, all.
And peace out.